And back we are, Dick Harlan along with the coach, Bill Cook. Our last ball game of the year that we're going to have telecast for you at any rate. The Valparaiso Crusaders against the Aurora Spartans from Aurora, Illinois. And Coach, Spartans, a team with 2-3-2 on the year, lost their first three, 1-2 and tied 2 in the last month.
Yeah, 1-2 and tied 2. They seem to be coming back, although I heard them talking about they've had some recent injuries that haven't helped them out a great deal. Valpo's got 9 seniors today playing for the last time. Will be graduating, and some of them some outstanding football players.
Ready to go. It'll be Aurora kicking off. The Crusaders are going to receive. It's Ozzie Young standing at about the 3-yard line. Rozzy Sazzone is just above him. A short kick. It's going to be taken at about the 26-yard line. Reverses to the 30 and out across the 31, and that's where the Crusaders will put it in play. First down and 10. Today's telecast is sponsored by Robert W. Baird and Company, David's Men's Clothier, The Sports Shop, Getaway Tours, the Downtown Valparaiso Business Association, Express Personnel Services, Harley Snyder Insurance, Indiana 105, Advertising, Marketing, and Promotion, The Foul Ball, Multimedia, Cablevision, and the United Way. First and 10 at the 31-yard line for the Crusaders. Joe Fenolio wide to the left side. Doug Holock wide to the right. Slot on the right side is Darrell Jackson. Ozzie Young comes in motion. Fakes, wants to throw. Browder looks, now goes to Young, and he can't hang on. So it's incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. Starting lineup for the Crusaders across the front. John Lyon, number 74. Jacob Adams, 66. Evans Fitzgerald, Mike Sheemy, the center, number 68. Mark Elijah at the guard, and Kevin McHale, the other tackle. You see him across there.
Just a little flare pass out to Ozzie that time. He couldn't hang on to it. The ball's a little slick yet.
Browder, Fenolio, Bell, and Young are the backfield as we get ready to go. Second down and 10. Nick Browder at quarterback goes back, going to keep the football. East of the 35 to the 40, all the way out to the 45-yard line is Nick Browder. Pick up a 14 and a first down for the Crusaders.
First down. I expect to see a little more option in this ball game. When I was watching with them some of the films during the week, Aurora seemed to have a little difficult time defensing the option.
Norwood, Herb, Lakowitz, and Rupert across the front. Jacobs, Watson, and Warrows are the linebackers for Aurora. Warrows, Buckley, Walsh, and Avery, the defensive backfield. And Browder's looking over the defense. Young comes in motion.
Fumble.
Fullback fumbled the football. He tried to give it to Bulbeck, and it came away, and it's going to be recovered by number 95. That is R.J. Erb for Aurora. Aurora would have it first and 10 at the 44, and this is what the Crusaders did last week against Dayton. You can't do that against good teams.
Well, that's right. We were watching the films afterwards against Dayton. Remember that one? We fumbled, and I said, boy, that seemed like a long time. When I looked at the films, our guy clearly had 2 knees touching the ground when that ball popped out.
So it's going to be first and 10 Aurora at the Valparaiso 44-yard line. There's the handoff on the right side. Number 31 is Fonzie Medina.
The Fonz.
And Medina takes it out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. Medina's number 31. The quarterback is Mark Hancock. There he goes. McCoy is the tight end. Dirt, Station, Berglund, Reeder, and Rush across that front. Hurley is the split end, number 87 for Aurora. Mark Hancock is the quarterback. Doherty, Dixon, and Medina in that backfield. It's going to be second down and 8 at the 42-yard line. For the Spartans, hands off to Dixon.
Oh, there he's going.
To the 30, the 25.
Oh, he's choking loose, broke another tackle.
Down at the 15-yard line is number 25. That is Dan Dixon, a 5'10", 195-pound senior. A pickup of 27 yards on the play. First down, Aurora.
Unfortunately, we had a lot of sloppy tackling on our thing that time. We're reaching with hands and nobody driving in with the body.
Well, first down and 10, just short of the 15-yard line for the Spartans. And now we got an official's timeout. Not sure what the problem is. Official goes over and talks to the Aurora sidelines. Now we're ready to go. First down and 10 at the 15-yard line for the Spartans. The quarterback is Mark Hancock, a 6'1", 180-pound freshman. There's the pitch to Medina, trying to get around the corner. Cuts inside the 15. and down to about the 12-yard line. Picks up about 3 on the play. Medina's only 5'4" and 150 pounds. He's a freshman, but it's obvious, Coach, he's got some speed. He's quick.
Yeah, and they say one of his best moves is to duck down and run right underneath tacklers at 5'4", 150. He just about tried it that time.
2nd down and 7 at the 12-yard line. There's the defense for the Valparaiso. Pelyuk, Miller, Culpin, Harrington across the front. There's the handoff. Dixon. This time he is stacked up. He might have got to the 10-yard line as Dixon took it off the left side for Aurora. Coming in there was Culp on the bottom of that pile. Also, I believe in there was Eric Miller. They'll put it down at the 10 and pick up a 2 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 at the 10-yard line.
Hey, here comes 4 substitutes into the ball game. Medina was out that time. DeFons, he's back in now, and they try to run the fullback in the same gap that he made the big yardage on. We've plugged that up now. It gets a little tougher down inside the 10.
3rd down and 5. Hancock spins, fakes, in trouble, gets away from one man. Left-hander fires it out here, had a man open. Throws it behind him, and it goes incomplete. It's going to be 4th down and 5. And we'll see if the Spartans decide to try to kick the field goal, and apparently they're going to do that. Their kicker is number 15, Ross Draper, a 6'1", 185-pound sophomore.
Well, we were lucky that time. They brought in number 7. He's their throwing quarterback. They simply do it that way. Their first quarterback is an option quarterback, and their second one, number 7, he throws the football. And that's what they did that time.
At the 17, a 27-yard attempt for Draper. There's the snap. It's down. The kick is up. It is good. So Aurora is on the board first with 12
We've got
minutes.
A flag down. We've got a flag in the field.
Now we got a flag. Let's hold it just a second here. And see what it's going to be. A personal foul is going to be running into the kicker against Valparaiso. So the field goal will count. They'll enforce that on the kickoff unless Aurora decides to take it here. They can have it either on the kickoff or now.
Right.
If they take it, they'll get a first down at about the 5-yard line. But I don't know, Coach. Do you want to take points off the board?
Well, they've got a chance to kick their field goal again. No, I'd go for it.
Well, let's see what they're going to do here. The field goal is good, but apparently Aurora is going to do it again, roughing the kicker against Valparaiso. First down at the 5-yard line. It's going to be first down and goal to go for Aurora, so they take the points off the board.
Yeah, but at 1st and 5 at the goal, they got a chance for a touchdown now.
Well, you're taking a chance, though, if something would happen, but I think this is one of those games Aurora figures they're the big underdog. They might as well go for it.
That's right.
Hancock brings them to the line of scrimmage. Dixon, the only running back, spins it around, gives it to Dixon, right side, dives forward. He's got it.
He's got a touchdown.
Well, it worked out for him as Dixon off the right side for 5 yards and the touchdown, and Aurora got the touchdown out of it instead of the field goal.
And the right side of our line was just moved back. Aurora's right side of the line just moved us back that time. Great effort on their team.
So 11:55 to go in the first quarter. Now they got the touchdown instead of the field goal, and Draper will be on to try the extra point. 6 plays, 44 yards on the drive. So the Crusaders trail. Now we got some umbrella problems here. Somebody's going to have to tell those people to get them down. Puts it up, and it hits the goalpost, but goes through, so there's timeout with 11:55 to go in the first quarter. And the score 7 for Aurora, nothing for Valparaiso. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football.
As an auto owner's insurance agent, I take your needs seriously and work hard to find you the best coverage available. As an independent agent, I'm able to provide you with the policies and coverage best suited to your individual needs. You see, auto owners selects agents the same way you do, with a great deal of care.
For the best coverage at reasonable rates, call your independent auto owner's agent today.
Call your auto owner's agent, Harley Snyder Insurance, with offices in Valparaiso, Chesterton, and Portage. Rockports are shoes that you can live in. Rockports Go Anywhere, Do Anything Classics are comfortable enough to live in. You can dress them up or dress them down, wear them to work or just running around town. Rockport's always look smart and feel comfortable because hidden inside is Rockport's exclusive walk support system. Try on a pair of Rockports today at the Sports Shop, 60 Lincoln Way, downtown Valparaiso. Back we are, 7-0 in favor of Aurora. Valparaiso will receive again. Young stands at about the 8-yard line. Ronnie Sazzone now splits off as Draper approaches the football, and here's the kickoff. Again, it's going to be very short. Going to be taken at about the 35 to the 39-yard line or so, and that's where Valparaiso's going to have it first down and 10, and now flags go down.
Another flag down again.
This game is in danger of getting out of hand early as far as the kids keeping control of themselves. Personal foul against Aurora, so that's going to cost them 15, and that'll move the ball up across midfield for the Crusaders.
Well, early in this ball game, it's one of these things that your coaches always dread going into. You're playing an opponent that is clearly, by statistics and schedule and everything else, not as good as you are. And there's no way you can convince your kids that they're a better ball club than you are. They know that they're not the strongest opponent that they're going to play this year. And our first few minutes of play have reflected that from our mental attitude.
Manolio goes wide to the left. Holak goes wide to the right. High formation backfield behind Nick Browder. Browder gives it off to Ozzie Young, and he'll dive off the left side of the 44. So Ozzie picks up about 3 on the play, and it's going to be 2nd down and 7 at the 44-yard line. Nate Bobek is the fullback today, a 5'8", 190-pound junior. Trevor Bell still not in the ball game. Bell got hurt a couple of weeks ago and apparently not ready to play today.
Well, I'm watching Nick on that. Nick's faking a rollout after that handoff, and he's been ignored 2 times now, so I'd look for something to be coming off of that pretty soon.
Holak and Heinrich are wide to the right. The slot on the right side is Ozzie. And Browder rolls
Spin out.
right. He's got a lot of room.
Green grass
to run. Turns it upfield, gets it inside the 40, and steps it inside the 35 and out of bounds. Right at the 35-yard line. A pickup of 9 on the play and a first down for the Crusaders.
Well, right now, he could go out there and do that all day. They're just not, they have no contain up there covering the spin out. And he can be doing that till they stop it. They got to make an adjustment or keep going.
As much as he does that, you would think they would have picked that up off the film, wouldn't you? Tolbert comes in with the play from the sideline for the Crusaders. 11:07 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Aurora. Turnover by the Crusaders, and Aurora turned it into 7 points. Olek wide to the left side. Tolbert out wide to the right. The I formation with Bobek and Young behind Browder. Nick gives it off to the fullback, and Bobek breaks
he's still on his feet.
Still on his feet. And gets it down to about the 32-yard line. Picks up about 3 on the play.
He was playing pinball machine on that one. He bounced off about 3 tacklers, 1 per yard.
That's going to be 2nd down and 7 for the Crusaders at the 32-yard line. Manolio brings the play in this time as he and Tolbert rotate on that wide receiver. Holak comes left. Manolio also comes left. And Ozzie's the wing off the left side. Bobek, the only running back behind Browder.
Right over here.
Nick comes left.
Come out, Nick, get out.
Rolls out there. He's got plenty of room to run if he wants to. Cuts it to the 30. Dives to about the 27-yard line. Picks up 5 on the play.
Again, Nick didn't get outside quickly that time. He's held up inside looking for a receiver. If he'd sprint to get to that outside very quickly, he's going to see green grass there all day long. So up to this time anyway, they're just not covering that outside. He's got to get out there fast.
3rd down and 2 as Holak and Heinrich go right this time. See them up at the top of your picture. I formation backfield. Browder leans in under Sheemy. Spins it around, comes out on the option, cuts it back inside at the 25, and is hit right there as he spins to the 25. Going to be close to the first down.
Now we're in 4-down territory, so we'll go for it here.
Going to be a little bit short, it appears. He had to cross the 25, and he didn't quite get there. So it's going to be 4th and less than a yard for the Crusaders at the 25-yard line.
And you know what I think we got to run here, don't you? Quarterback sneak.
Number 84 in there is Jim Dunham, another tight end, and the Crusaders are going to have to call a timeout. So there's timeout. 9 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's Aurora 7, Valparaiso nothing. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football. The Purdue Christmas Show, Branson, Missouri, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, the Mall of America, the Holland Tulip Festival. Just a few of the attractions visited by Getaway Tours. Getaway Tours is the only touring company in Northwest Indiana that is a registered member of the National Tour Association. So if you're a member of a group that might be interested in an escorted tour for a week or just a day, have Getaway Tours take care of all the details. Call Getaway Tours at 477-4771. For the collector, for the fan, for birthday gifts, anniversaries, Christmas gifts, or any special occasion, it's the Foul Ball. Larry and Kathy Astrologies invite you to visit. Whether your sport is football, baseball, basketball, or hockey, the Foul Ball has cards, memorabilia, and unique gift ideas. Remember, the Foul Ball, 51 Jefferson, Valparaiso. And they gave it off to Nate Bobick, and Bobick takes it off the right side for 5 and a first down, so we're down at the 20-yard line. First down and 10 for the Crusaders. As Tolbert brings the play in, there's a good picture of the huddle as they wait for Tolbert to bring the play from the sideline and Coach Tom Horn. First down and 10 at the 20.
Right. Yeah, we're coming out to the left side with trips. Ozzie at the wing.
Bobeck is the fullback, the only running back behind Browder. They fake, they give it to Ozzie.
Ozzie in the reverse.
Cuts it back in at the 20 and fights his way forward. Fumbled the football, and it looks like Aurora's got it again.
Oh, it's still going loose.
Well, they're still fighting for it on the bottom of that pile, but coming out of there is number 58 for Aurora. With the football was Jeff Rupert, but they're going to say no, he was down. Crusaders dodge a bullet, pick up a 2 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 8 at the 18.
Well, we don't need those turnovers to keep going that way again.
So 2nd down and about 7.5 at the 18-yard line, just inside the 18 for the Crusaders. Already have turned it over once today. It's cost them 7 points.
All right, now we've got single back.
Browder rolls right, wants to keep, runs, gets a yard, and that's it. Nick trying to get off the right side, going to give him 2, make it 3rd down and 6 at the 16-yard line.
Nick's going back. One thing Nick's not doing right now after that sprint out action is that he's pulling up too soon and looking for the pass inside the tackle. And he's got to fight to get that outside right away because if he goes quickly, he's got it. All right, here we go. We got trips over here to the left side.
3rd down and 6 for the Crusaders.
We could have option coming this way too.
Browder comes on the sprint out.
Okay, get outside.
Wants to throw. Looks, fires it in there for Heinrich. Yeah. Got him. Heinrich at about the 6-yard line.
All right.
Pick up a 10 and a first down for the Crusaders. Nick fired a strike. And it's 1st and goal for the Crusaders down at the 6.
All right, good job. Good blocking by the fullback that time. Got on the outside, contained man, and just kept on him and give Nick plenty of time to throw the football.
Scott Heinrich, a 6'4", 187-pound junior from Racine, Wisconsin. First down and goal, Crusaders at the 6-yard line. Browder gets it off to Young. Young straight ahead, and he's hit immediately at about the 4-yard line. Picks up 2 on the play. That's going to be 2nd down and goal as number 91, Kevin Norwood, a 6'1", 240-pound senior, puts the hit on him.
Had a little sprint draw action up in there, but that tackle closed it down tough that time. Did a good job.
Dunham back in, so they have 2 tight ends coming in. Darren Rodriguez as a running back. Ozzie leaves. Rodriguez a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger maybe than Ozzie. Well, Ozzie is all in there also, so they took out the wide receivers. They got a double wing formation. Now Ozzie goes in motion. Browder comes left. Stops, cuts it back inside, dives to about the 3, maybe the 2-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 2 for the Crusaders.
Well, he's lining up in there right now. I think it is a good thing looking at their defensive lineup that time. If he come right back up here and run option to the right side, I think they'd find that Nick can walk the ball in the end zone.
Well, let's see what they do at this time.
That's
Rodriguez.
easy to say when I'm sitting up here.
Double tight end. Young and Rodriguez are wings. Now Young comes in motion. Browder
roll
fakes,
out. There it is.
rolls.
Just
Well, if he just ran to the end zone, he'd have a touchdown. Now he cuts it back, dives forward, fumbled the football.
into the end zone.
The ball is loose. Let's see. They're going to say he was down short of the end zone. And Aurora might have the... Well, let's see what the officials are going to rule. I think they're going to give it to Aurora the way the Crusaders are reacting. Browder could have walked in the end zone if he'd have gone to the corner,
Right.
Coach.
Yeah, Nick had touchdown all the way.
Now they gave him the touchdown. Touchdown, Nick Browder.
It looked like he was bound, determined he was going to throw the football, and he could have just kept right on running and walked into the end zone.
A 12-play, 53-yard drive. A lot of discussion about whether he got in or not, but the officials finally decided he had crossed the plane of the goal line before losing the football. So it's 7-6, and the Crusaders now for the extra point kick. Bill Duke will do the honors, a 5'10", 162-pound freshman. Snap is down. The kick is up, and it's
Low ball, but it got across.
But he made it.
Yeah.
And so with 6:10 to go in the first quarter, the score now Aurora 7, Valparaiso 7. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football.
I think we got a break.
During any business day, you have to make hundreds of decisions, answer countless phone calls, attend too many meetings, and solve each crisis that spells the end of the world. So isn't it nice to know when you need expert temporary help, you don't have to worry. Just call America's employer, Express Personnel Services. Request the skills you're looking for. Let us handle all the details so you can spend your time doing more important things.
Indiana 105, now the #1 country music station in Northwest Indiana, and we have everything you need. Jim and Kathy in the mornings with fun, traffic reports, fun, Jim Pinkerton's Northwest Indiana News, fun, weather information, fun. You get the picture, don't you? Phil King in the afternoon with your kind of entertainment, Steve Witt in the evening, a great guy to get to know. And it's all put together with the best country music in Northwest Indiana.
#1 in country music, Indiana 105.
Ready to go. Bill Duke approaches the football. Nice high kick. Going to be taken at about the 5-yard line. Out to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Still on his feet and down at about the 22 or 23-yard line is number 4 for Aurora. That's Brandon Koff, a 5'5", 140-pound freshman from Montgomery, East Aurora. And it's going to be first down and 10 for Aurora at the 23-yard line. Well, the Crusader defense needs to come up with something now.
That's right. They have to respond to it right now, and I expect them to do that very thing.
First and 10, Hancock sets him in the eye, spins it around, gives it off to Medina. Straight ahead, Medina is at the 30 to the 31-yard line. He's only 5'4". It's hard to find a guy like that back behind that line.
And he has got, he's got what you would expect a back that size to have, the quickness and some speed. And quickness is he does have. And he runs low to the ground. It's hard to see him in there.
Second down and 2 up at the 31-yard line. Out wide to the right side comes number 18, Doherty. Ever wide to the left side is number 7. There's the handoff again. Medina flags down everywhere. Number 7 is Casey Kincaid. As they gave it to Medina, he tried to jump over the line, but a flag came down before the snap. Going to be a legal procedure against Aurora, so the play doesn't count. They'll move it back to the 26, where it's going to be second down and 7. We're tied at 7, 5:26 to go. Our last telecast of the year. We've had a good time with bringing you Valparaiso University football, and I'd like to let you know we will be doing basketball. Just keep your TV listings in hand, and you'll find out when and where. And off on the right side to Dixon. This time they stack the big fullback up right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Dixon didn't seem to care for that too much. He seemed to throw a little punch in there, but he was stacked up and dead stop. Nowhere to go.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 7 at the 26-yard line.
See, there's an example again of what we talk about, offense stopping themselves with their own mistake. They had 2nd and short yardage, now they're 3rd and long yardage.
Into the shotgun, Brody Wolf is the throwing quarterback. He's in, fires it out. Here's got a man open, and it's through his hands and incomplete. Number 84, Rick Natividad, was wide open out there, and the ball a little bit high, but probably should have been caught. And it goes incomplete, and that's going to make it 4th down and 7, and Aurora's going to have to kick it away.
Yeah, the pass should have been caught. It was in his hands, but at the same time, a little bit lower, and they'd have had a 1st down on us.
So it's going to be Ozzie Young standing back at about the 30-yard line. In punt formations, number 6, Ryan Ridgely, a 5'10", 165-pound freshman.
Oh, here we go. We got a little blitz coming up here.
They're
there
going
it
after it, and Shaheed got picked off. It's a low kick.
Picked off.
It's rolling inside the 40 to the 35, and it's going to go down to the 34-yard line, and that's where the Crusaders are going to have it. Well, the Crusaders went with the block, and Shaheed, you could see him, got picked off.
Saul was on a rush, boy, and he saw that punter in his eyesight. He didn't see the blocker, and he got picked off fair to middle.
Yeah, that's the way you coach it, isn't it? That's why that guy's back there to pick that rusher
that's right,
up.
And that's what Saul should have, his eyes on that punter and going full field, too.
1st and 10 Crusaders at the 34-yard line, tied at 7. 4:20 to go, first quarter of play. Holick wide to the left side, Fenolio wide to the right, split backs this time, with Bobick and Young behind Browder. Nick going straight back to throw. Looks, fires it out here for Ozzie and missed him. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 at the 34.
Well, we seem to be determined to throw that football right now.
Obviously, you don't agree with that.
Well,
if it works, it's okay.
I'd still, I don't see them where they'd be able to stop our spin-out action when we come out there fast and hit them with it. They're dropping back to play the pass. We could let Nick run up in there all day till they try to stop it.
Wideouts to both sides. Heinrich left, Holick right. Browder again going straight back. Wants to set up the screen. He's got Ozzie out here with some blockers in front of him. Cuts it to the 40, 45, the 50.
Oh, he's
40,
gone.
The 35,
He's
the 30, the 20, and out of bounds at about the 3 or 4 yard line.
Right on the 3 yard line.
A great screen pass set up to Ozzie Young, and he got by the contain and turned it on, and one man ran him down. Number 47 from across the way, Mike Warrose, was able to run him down at the 5 yard line.
Well, he got some nice blocking on a screen, and then he ran through one arm tackle. And after that, it was off to the races.
61 yards, 1st down and goal, Crusaders at the 5. That's what Young gives you if you can get him to the outside.
That's right.
1st and goal at the 5 yard line. Nick Browder barks out the signals. Spins to Boback, the fullback straight ahead, gets a couple of yards down to about the 2 yard line. They'll pick up a 3 on the play for Bobick. It's going to be 2nd and goal at the 2.
I still say I'm looking out there. He was running that option to the right side there. And if we come back and hit him again, Nick's going to be able to walk it in. Right back with the option.
Fenolio brings the play in. He and Holick go wide to the right side.
You can give it to Bobick.
John Bennett in there at the right tackle position right now.
Here we are.
Browder, Bobeck,
Bobeck,
straight ahead, dives close to the goal line. It's going to be just short. So it's about a half a yard short of the goal line. It's going to be 3rd and less than a yard.
That's about as close as I thought the last one was.
Here's where you like that quarterback sneak.
Right. Well, he's doing a good job with. He can come right back with that option on 3rd here. The option means he can give the ball to the fullback.
Heinrich and Holick go wide to the right side. Young is the slot on the right, little wing back action. Bobeck the only Guy
There it
behind
is.
Browder off the right
Quarterback
side, dives forward.
Oh, he's across.
Got to be across the goal line, I would think.
Gotta be. Oh, look at here. Hey,
some
they're
more extracurricular
they're ready
going on.
they're ready for some extracurricular activity here, Aurora.
Evan Fitzgerald and one of the, they apparently Browder did not get in.
Oh, I tell
The
you,
officials are saying he didn't get there. It's got to be 4th and goal.
Shows how well I see. I didn't think the first one was in, and I thought this one was in. But they're right down on the field, and they've got a lot better advantage of seeing that football than I do.
4th down and goal. Sheemy brings him up. He's the center. Browder at quarterback sets him down. Gives it off. Young straight ahead. Not going to make it. Submarine.
They stacked him up.
Number 58 was the first guy in there, Jeff Rupert. And also the linebacker, I believe that was Mike Warrose also in there. And the Crusaders failed to score, and the Spartans take it over 1st and 10.
Ozzie got hit behind the line of scrimmage that time. He didn't make it back to the line.
So 1st and 10 at the 1-yard line for Aurora. Big emotional lift with 1:45 to go here in the first quarter. We're tied at 7. Well, now it's up to your defense to make sure they don't get out of here.
That's right. Then you got him sitting back here. You can come with that big rush on the punt. If you can hold them back here.
1st down and 10. The quarterback is Mark Hancock. Hancock gives it off to Dixon, the fullback. He's going to get a yard or so.
All right.
And that's about it.
Oh, there's a flag again.
Well, let's see. That might be Shane Snyder coming in there at the end, was it? Or not?
But
I don't know.
he was still up.
But a flag is down, and if that's face mask they're going to call. It apparently is face mask against the Crusaders.
Well, that's a break for Aurora to get out of there.
So Dixon didn't get any yardage out of the play, but a 5-yard face mask penalty will put him out at the 6, and that gives them a little more room to work with where it's going to be 1st down and 5.
1st down and 5.
A lot of difference between being at the 1 and being at the 6, isn't there, as far as what you can do back there?
Yes, sir. Yeah, you get, all of a sudden it's a little breathing room.
1st down and 5 at the 6-yard line. They give it off to Medina, trying to come off the left side, and he gets up to about the 9. Picks up 3. It's going to be 2nd down and 2 at the 9-yard line for Aurora.
It looked like he was stopped in the backfield, but he squeezed through a small space.
Minute 5 to go.
Indeed.
Here comes number 6 in there. That is Ryan Ridgely. He's the punter. I'm not sure why he would be in there. I formation, wideouts to both sides. Hancock on the option to Medina's got some room. Medina is caught from behind and brought down as Shane Snyder came out, but he got the 1st down out at about the 14. Picks up 5 and a 1st down for the Spartans out at the 14-yard line.
For a minute, it looked like he was going to have more running room than that, but Shane came from the inside out and made the tackle. It was a good job by our outside man. He had a blocker on him, but he fought to the outside to make sure that he couldn't get outside around him so that Shane could come up and make that tackle.
25 seconds to go. This might be the last play of the first quarter. Out wide to the left side is Herlihy. Slot on the left side is Doherty.
Oh, fumble.
Fumbled the football in the back field, but Hancock was able to get on it. Back at the 10-yard line, a loss of 4 on the play, and that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. So the first quarter is history, and after 1, it is Aurora 7, Valparaiso 7. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football. If you're like most business people, you just don't have the time to plan and implement your advertising and marketing plan as you should. That's where advertising, marketing, and promotions can help. For less than the expense of a part-time employee, you can take advantage of over 24 years of advertising and marketing experience. It costs nothing to talk it over. Call Advertising, Marketing, and Promotions at 477-5803 for an appointment. That's Advertising, Marketing, and Promotions, 477-5803.
In our hands rests the ability to lift those who have fallen, to comfort those who are troubled, to guide those who could be lost. It is the greatest power we hold, and there is no greater way to make it felt than through your united way, working harder than ever to make a lasting impact in the lives of the needy and in the hopes of your entire community. Please support your united way.
And back we are with the first quarter is over. We're on the getting ready to start the second period. There's Bob Kenny, the defensive coordinator for the Crusaders. Wants his team to pin them right here.
Well, once again, the Aurora has helped us out by making their own mistake on the drive. They stopped their last one with an offsides penalty, and they did the same thing here. They
second down,
put themselves
14.
in a hole.
Pitch to the outside to Dixon on the option, and he'll get it up across the 14. Another flag goes down. Well, I tell you, there's been a lot of flags early in this ball game. I'm not sure what that was. Dixon was down at about the 14-yard line. Pick up a 4, and a flag came from the linesman over there. They're going to wave that one off. Not sure what he thought he saw there, but apparently...
Can you lower that umbrella a little bit? A little bit?
So it's going to be third down and 10. Some umbrellas up blocking the field view of the field from the press box here. Some people standing, and then they put the umbrella up, so the coach in his diplomatic way.
That was very polite.
You were. I was proud of you. Third down and 10 at the 14. Hancock sets him down. Goes back, wants to throw. He's under pressure. Pelyak's after him. He finally fires it out here, and he's got his man at the 21-yard line. Number 84 is Rick Natividad, and Natividad has got it up to about the 21-yard line. Going to be short of the first down.
We seem to have two different passing quarterbacks come in there.
Well, this kid doesn't throw very often. He only throws 6 times the whole last game.
Yeah, all right.
But left-hander, he comes rolling out that left side. He's got a good look at it. But it's going to be 4th down and 3 at the 21-yard line. They're going to have to kick it away. Crusaders should get excellent field position.
Well, it doesn't look like we're in our kamikaze.
Young is standing at about the 37-yard line as Ridgely goes back, and now Aurora is going to have to call a timeout. They don't have enough people out there, apparently. So there's going to be a timeout, 13:35 to go in the first half. It's Aurora 7, Valparaiso 7. We'll keep it right here this time, Coach. And it's the kind of ball game that you mentioned earlier, coaches kind of dread, because this is obviously a game that the Crusaders should probably win and maybe should win big, and they may still do that. But here early in the ball game, it's been a tussle.
That's right. Aurora has come out as we could expect any team to be, because they've been doing well lately in the last part of the season. They've had success where they didn't have in the beginning. So they come out looking well. They're executing. As a matter of fact, like I said, the last 2 drives, they've stopped themselves with penalties that have cost them. We haven't stopped them. They've stopped themselves.
It's Tom Horn and head coach of the Crusaders with his back to you there. Turn around, Tom. We'll see you here. But anyway.
I sort of expected down here, if we got them down deep in their own territory here,
there he is,
that we might be coming up with that 10-man kamikaze rush right now. But we're back and looking for a punt return instead, I see.
4th down and 3 at the 21 as Ridgely goes back in punt formation. Young, as we said, stands at about he's at about his own 40-yard line right now.
They're lined up in a tight punt.
It's a zone up at about the 50. There's the snap, bad snap, but Ridgely was able to field it, gets it off. Line drive towards the zone and goes past him and through the 40.
Good.
And all the way down to the 35-yard line.
Boy, it gets off a low punt. We miss it, and it skirts down for another 10 yards.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 Crusaders at the 35. Well, it wasn't a great-looking punt, but it certainly worked out right, didn't it?
Turned out fine. Turned out beautiful for them.
1st down and 10 at the 35 for the Crusaders, 65 yards away, tied at 7 here in the first half. The Crusaders win today would ensure them of a winning record, the first one that's been for a long time. Last year they were 500, and it had been 10 years since they had done that, so it's been a while. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. This program really on the rise as Browder rolls right. Wants to run, now cuts it back inside. He's at the 40-yard line. A pick up a 5 for Nick. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. And I agree with you, Coach. When he rolls out there, we can see it, of course, from up here probably easier than he can. But there's a lot of opening if he would just take off and sprint with it. Instead, he's rolling out slowly looking for the pass.
Yeah, once or twice, and if they start coming up on that, he'll be able to throw the football.
That's going to be 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line for the Crusaders.
Sprint out pass was always designed for that very thing, to break down the outside and try to put pressure on the number 5 man to make him come up and cover the run or drop back and cover the pass.
Heinrichs and Holick out wide to the left. They give it off to Young. Young's got some room. He looked like he was going to have some room at any rate, but up came number 57, Kevin Watson, to make the tackle. Up at about the 43-yard line, a pickup of 3, where it's going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Crusaders. Yeah, it looked like Ozzie was going to have some.
Yeah, it looked
time.
like he had the movement, but he came in strong from the inside out again. They're playing contained.
Tolbert
They're doing a good job with
in.
their tackling.
Tolbert goes left, Holick goes right. Fullback and Young stacked in the eye. Browder's going to roll. Fires it out here for Holick, almost intercepted. Number 47, Mike Warrose, jumped in the front. If he'd have caught it, that was 6.
That was anybody's football that time. He was right on him, and he had front coverage on him. I think Ozzie's forcing that ball.
Well, it's got to be 4th down for the Crusaders, and Dan Kepke on to do the kicking, number 49. It'll be number 4, that is Brandon Koff, standing at about the 23-yard line for Aurora. There's the snap. The rush is on, and Kepke just got rid of it and got hit. Flags are down. Koff makes the catch, and he is blasted on the sideline.
Yeah.
But a roughing the kicker penalty going to be against Aurora. Personal foul, roughing the kicker as they got Kepke. Well, that's the chance you take, Coach. You make the rush. If you don't get the football, that's a penalty.
But that's what I've repeated time and time again. The rusher, that time, they could have had a block on us, no doubt. But the man stood up with his hands up in the air. If it had got down low and dove low at a point out in front of that foot, he'd have had a block on us, certainly. That happens time after time.
The block is always going to be a couple of yards in front of the guy because he's got to step up to kick it. That's where his leg's going to be, right? So the big penalty gives the Crusaders 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line in Aurora territory.
Big change. Not only don't they get the block punt, but we get a 1st down in their territory. Last time I had Ozzie throwing the football, didn't I, instead of Nick? Jeez.
And what do we have here? We got another penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Aurora.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, boy. You know what? Yeah, I'll tell you what's starting with them right now. That call, they feel that the call, and that call down on the goal line,
right.
They feel they're being picked on by homers now. They're losing their temper and probably starting to talk to the officials, and they're going to get themselves into other problems.
And that's going to cost you a lot more yards before this is over.
Right.
So the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty moves it to the 28.
He's talking to them over the sidelines right now. That's the time to call them over and get them settled down, Coach.
Officials telling the coaches to give it up. And wait a minute.
Now what?
We may have another one.
Yep.
Now Aurora's going to call a timeout. They want to talk to the referee. So let's see what's going on here. Timeout Aurora. So Aurora has called a timeout.
So he can talk to the referee.
Now you can do this, and we saw it last week in the Dayton game. If you have a rules question, you can call timeout and talk to the official. And if you can show him that he made a mistake rule-wise and they changed the call, you don't lose the timeout.
You know what that was last week? We thought he talked him out of it because he interfered with it. Well, actually, Dayton, that ball had deflected off of a Dayton ball player. And when Tom called the timeout and called their attention to it, one of the officials did say, yes, I saw it. Now, can you imagine that meant, now he had the guts to own up to it then, but they were going to let it go by. He wasn't going to declare it on his own.
Why didn't he call it when it started like he's supposed to?
That's right. So that's what happened on that when I was talking to Tom.
Well, the discussion continues across the way. The referee and the coaching staff, Jim Scott from Aurora, and obviously Aurora is not happy Now he's pointing out across the way, and he's saying you're giving those guys all the breaks or something similar to that.
That's right. You're not being very nice to us.
1st and 10 at the 28 for the Crusaders.
I felt
we'll
like
get
that
this thing going here in a minute. Well, I think you're right, Coach. I think Aurora feels like they're being jobbed right now. They've had some close calls. They've all gone for the Crusaders, and
but what the coaches got to say, they got to leave it to the coaches to do the job, not the players.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line as Browder sets him. Goes straight back. Nick wants to throw. Pump fakes. Wants to go to Holock deep. He's got a lot of room. He's at the 25 and down to the 23-yard line. So Browder takes off and picks up about 5 yards on it. And down is one of the Spartans. That's number 91, Kevin Norwood. And gets up and goes off under his own power. 2nd down and 5 at the 23.
Jeremy Warrow, 6'1", 210 linebacker, and he's got a brother, a senior, and a cornerback in there. I've seen him make a few tackles. He comes from nowhere all of a sudden. He has got a lot of quickness.
2nd down and 5. There's the Crusader huddle. There's the referee. The guy who's had his hands full here in this first quarter, the first half. 11 and a half minutes still to go in the first half. 7-7 our score. Crusaders driving at the 23. They've had a lot of help, a roughing the kicker penalty and an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Aurora in this drive. Browder quick pitch to Young, trying to find some room. Ghazi bounces to the outside of the 20, to the 15, and down to about the 12-yard line.
There was nice running by Oz. He came out there, got himself underneath control, faked to the inside, set up the blockers, and then took it back to the outside. Excellent job.
Well, that's what that quickness will get you when you make that turn and they just can't get a hit on you.
And he helped his blockers out by slowing down and setting up the block for him by giving that fake to the inside that he does so well.
So a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line for the Crusaders. Pollock wide to the right side, Tolbert wide left. Ozzie Young comes in motion. And Browder goes back and wants to throw. He wants Holock, can't find him. Now he lofts it for Young. What catch! Flag goes down, and Ozzie makes the catch and out of bounds at about the 3-yard line.
It must have been an inadvertent face mask.
Well, I think it was a pass interference. It looked to me, Coach, like the defender grabbed him by the arm as the ball was coming in. That's why he caught it with one arm.
One arm, didn't he?
Well, let's see if that's going to be the call. If it is, they'll turn it down because Ozzie made the catch and went out of bounds at the 3, holding against Aurora. Yeah, see, they grabbed him by the arm as he went past him, and Ozzie still made the catch.
Yeah, beautiful one-arm catch. They grabbed the wrong arm.
Yeah. So the Crusaders will have it 1st and goal at the 3-yard line as they turn down the penalty. Right. And it's 1st down and goal at the 3. Well, the Crusaders with a chance of scoring here again.
Yeah, that was a well-thrown pass, by the way, on Nick's job that time.
Yeah, it did. Nice touch.
He a nice touch. He lofted it up high and dropped it right up and Ozzie over the top of the defensive man, who was playing him pretty closely.
Young and Rodriguez are the wings. Bobak the only running back behind Browder. Now Young goes in motion. Browder on the option, gives it off to Young, and Ozzie dives. Did he get inside the pylon?
Oh, no. He called
I'm going to say it was just short.
How could he get so much action out of that pylon and not be in the end zone?
Well,
I think it went right over the top of it, and that's inside.
Crusaders don't agree with that one.
It's going to be 2nd down inside the field.
2nd down and less than a yard from, what do you think, 6 inches?
Well, that evens up to the other one. I didn't think he was in.
2nd down and goal for the Crusaders. Again, the same formation, the 2 wingbacks. Double tight end situation. Rodriguez comes in motion this time as Browder gives it straight ahead to the fullback. Bobak, touchdown.
Yes.
Nate Bobak takes it in.
Well, Ozzie took it down.
So the Crusaders on the board again with 10:36 to go in the first half. It was an interesting drive.
Yeah. Once again with assist from Aurora. Aurora is being very kind to us so far in this ball game.
8-play, 65-yard drive, but the 2 big penalties, that was 30 yards of that drive.
That's right.
Bill Duke on to try the extra point. Van Dam, the holder. There's the snap. It's down. The kick is up. And a flag goes down. Let's see what this is going to be. Well, I'll tell you what, there have been enough flags in this first half.
Yeah, we've had a lot of flags.
Unbelievable. And I'm not sure what that is. Holding against Valparaiso. Holding against Valparaiso. That'll move it back 10 yards, and they'll have to try it again. So this will be like a 30-yard field goal, but it's going to be an extra point attempt.
That's right. That looks like we held the outside man.
Holding called against Valparaiso. Yeah, the referee called it, so it had to be somebody you would think it's going to be pretty visible out there.
Stepping out from the outside and bumping him, he grabbed him.
So the Crusaders again will try the kick as Duke, a 5'10", 162-pound freshman. Valparaiso usually comes up with some kickers, and they've done that this year. Evans and Duke are pretty good. Both of them are freshmen.
Well, kicking from here is the same as, in fact, it's almost as advantageous to kick from here to this from the 3.
Van Dam will be the holder. There's the snap. It's down. The kick is up. Line drive, and he got it. Somehow he got it over.
Wow.
It wasn't pretty, but it counts.
No, that was ugly, but
no matter what. So there's timeout with 10:36 to go in the first half. It's now Valparaiso 14, Aurora 7. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football. Have you visited downtown Valparaiso lately? You'll find a great selection of unique products and services available. Everything from hiking and outdoor equipment to scuba gear, men's clothing to stylish women's fashions. Comfortable footwear for the sportsman to delicious food and drink at our many restaurants. In short, just about everything you need is in downtown Valparaiso. Visit us soon. This invitation from the Downtown Valparaiso Business Association. Come visit us in downtown Valparaiso. You'll be glad you did.
Of the thousands of investments available today, some of the most exciting are right here in the Midwest. Where do you get research and advice on them? Many Wall Street firms overlook these corporations. But Robert W. Baird & Company has an international reputation for research, and Baird closely tracks these and 300 other corporations, publishing their recommendations in timely research reports. For more information on what Baird Research can do for you,
And back we are. The Crusaders leading at 14-7. And 65-yard drive, 8 plays, 2 penalties. A lot of discussion.
And an ugly extra point that counted.
So the Crusaders on top 14-7, and that's the thing that counts. Here's Duke approaches the football to kick. Nice high kick. Taking it about the 16 to the 20. 25's got some room at the 30, and down he goes there. Ryan Walsh with the reception or the return, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Aurora up at the 30-yard line. So the Crusaders' defense comes back on the field. Across that front line, John Harrington, Matt Culp, Eric Miller, and John Palyak. The linebackers, Saul Shahid, Jeff Seymour, Josh Burning, and Tom Cunningham. Cunningham is not in there. Let's hand off straight ahead is Medina, and he got nothing. Might have got a yard out of it. Or it's going to be second down 9.
Going for that little cutback, but we closed it down well that time.
Snyder, Sazzone, Murphy. Cunningham is out there, number 36. I thought he was out there earlier. And Saul Shahid are the defensive backs for the Crusaders. Played relatively injury-free this year, which is something it takes too. Hancock on the fullback, and Dixon will take it up for a couple of yards up near the 33-yard line. And it's going to be 3rd down and 7 at the 33. Well, in the first quarter, the Crusaders had more than doubled the yardage, 125-51 unofficially over Aurora, and the defense starting to establish, it looks like, Coach, a little bit of superiority out there.
They're starting to close off that inside now. If I were Aurora, I'd be looking with, the option. There's our option quarterbacks going out.
Number 11, Brody Wolf, the thrower, a 6'1", 220-pound freshman in. Wide to the left side goes number 5. That is Eric Townsend.
We can look for pass.
Wolf goes back. Flags are down. And I think they took too much time, actually. Yep, delay of game going to be called against Aurora. Puts it back to the 28 where it's going to be 3rd down and 12. 9:14 to go in the first half. 14-7. Valparaiso on top. The Crusaders 5-3 on the year. 2 games to go this one, and then next week they'll be down at Kentucky Wesleyan. They win this one, they will assure themselves of the first winning record since the early 80s. 3rd down and 12 as Wolf back into shotgun formation, and now we got more whistles and more flags. Boy, I'm telling you, Coach, I can't believe this late in the year you're getting this kind of a penalty game. Well, let's see what this one's going to be all about as they discuss it.
That big tackle.
Illegal procedure against Aurora.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I think that tackle's moving after he got set. Once they get set, the offensive lineman can't move.
That'll put it back.
They're proving what I've said all along, though. You know, with an offensive team, they're committing Harry Carey with their own mistakes.
3rd down, 17. Wolf again back in the shotgun. Wide receiver out left is Kincaid. Wide receiver out to the right side is Natividad. Wolf fires it out here, and Harrington unloads on him just as he got rid of it. And Wolf felt that one, and the ball goes awry, and so that's going to make it a 4th down, 17. They're going to have to kick it back to the Crusaders.
The nearest 2 receivers to that football were Valparaiso people.
Well, Harrington unloaded on him just as his arm started coming forward, and you cannot control the ball at that point. It's kind of like a whiplash. So it's 4th down, 17 as Ridgely goes back to kick it.
We may
and
go for punt rush again.
Ozzy single safety back at about the 40.
One man out here. There we go. There we go. There we
They
go.
got in there. Nice,
Good
beautiful
punt.
kick.
Beautiful
Beautiful kick. Inside the 30, inside the 25, and down at the 23-yard line. What a great kick. That thing just soared up there, way past where Ozzy was trying to field it, and goes dead back at about the 23-yard line. And that's where the Crusaders will take it over. 1st down and 10 at their own 23.
He's certainly done an excellent job on the punting effort for him the last 2 times out.
The last 2 times just picking up the ball. It's hit the ground in front of him, and he made a great job just picking it up.
There again, what I've always told you, if you can get somebody back there, even if we return it, if you can catch that football. Because both times, the last 2 punts, you've got another 15 yards from not fielding the ball.
1st and 10 at the 23 for the Crusaders. Holak and Rodriguez are split left. Benolio split right. Browder goes back, wants to throw, fires it out here for Rodriguez. He's got him and out of bounds. Up at about the 34-yard line, a 1st down. So Rodriguez picks up 11. I had him as the wideout. I'm not sure if we've seen him out there yet this year. So Darren, who has been the backup tailback to Ozzy, picks up 11 and a 1st down for the Crusaders.
I heard one of them say, make the coat that he's averaged 48 yards on those last 2 punts.
He's kicked them well.
Yeah.
There's no wind today. It's a little dark, as you can tell, and we've had some misting rain, but conditions really aren't that bad for November, and there's not a big wind.
The field's in excellent condition.
Now we have 2 men in motion. Now they're going to stop, and now Heinrichs is calling timeout. And Heinrich, I believe, got the timeout before the snap, but a flag is down across the way, so we'll have to see. The timeout was called before the penalty, apparently, and they're going to give it to us. So we'll take a break. Timeout, 8:50 to go first half. 14-7 Valparaiso. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football.
David's Men's Clothier in downtown Valparaiso is unequaled in its selection of quality menswear. You'll find styles ranging from casual and weekend wear to the finest suits and ties for the executive, including suits by Talia. When you buy a suit at David's, you can wear it that evening. David's in-store alterations department can provide same-day alterations for a custom fit. So come to David's and see the Talia suits and all their quality menswear. David's Men's Clothier in downtown Valparaiso.
Howdy-ho, neighbor. What is all that junk you have there?
Oh, it's my new satellite TV equipment. Costs a fortune.
But I'll get lots of stations.
But you won't get local news or weather or...
No. That's why I got this antenna.
And you're going to put all that on your roof?
I'm told I'll get exceptional picture and sound.
Not with your old TV. You'll have to buy a new one to see any difference.
But...
It's your choice, neighbor.
Don't spend money on satellite TV until you get all the facts. For a free booklet, call 1-800-72-CABLE. Multimedia Cablevision. The clear vision for the future.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line for the Crusaders. We go back to play. Browder brings Ozzie Young in motion. Browder gives it on the reverse to Rodriguez. Rodriguez at the 35 to the 40, the 45. There's a flag down at the 50. 45 to the 40, looking for a block. 30 and out of bounds. Well, we have a flag all the way back at about the 38-yard line in Crusader territory, and I bet we got a hold. They're going to bring it all back. Holding against the Crusaders.
Oh, boy.
A great run by Darren Rodriguez. It's going to all come back, though.
Oh,
from the 38-yard line.
Don't say what you're thinking now.
They give him the 4 yards for the run, but then they'll move it all back. Having on the hold, so if I've counted everything right, Coach, they'll put it back at the 28, and that'll make it 1st and 16.
Yes.
Darren Rodriguez with, I believe, his longest run of his career here at Valparaiso University, and they're going to bring it back, and he made a great cutback.
That's another one of those, instead of being on their 28-yard line, now you're on your own 28-yard line.
Even the 27 is where they actually put it. Oh, it's going to be first down, 17 for the Crusaders. Young comes in motion. Browder goes back and wants to throw. Backs out. He's under pressure. Swings it out here to Ozzie. Ozzie in trouble and out of bounds. He goes at about the 28. Might have got a yard. And that's going to be second down and about 16 at the 28-yard line. Ozzie's third catch of the day for 72 yards, but most of that came on one.
I don't know if that was drop back or an ineffective spin off by Nick that time, or it was intended to be a screen or flare pass. I think he was an alternate receiver.
Well, it's getting awful dark here for...
Yeah, it started dark and it's getting
1
darker.
o'clock in the afternoon as we're doing this ball game.
We said before we're going to have to pull the cars around the outside and turn their headlights on like we used to do back in the prairies.
Browder takes off and gets it up to the 30-yard line, but a good defensive play by number 91, Kevin Norwood for Aurora. Pick up a 2 yards on the play. And that's going to make it third down and about 14 for the Crusaders.
Looked for a minute like he's going to have some running room. He got bounced off, lost his balance, and then tackled.
Browder with unofficially 44 yards on 9 carries here in this first half.
We're in shotgun.
I wonder if we got enough light for the cameras to work. Third down, 14. Browder rolls left, wants to throw, stands in there, going deep for Heinrich.
Oh,
got
yes.
It. But he's out of bounds. Heinrich made the catch, tried to keep his foot in, but couldn't quite make it happen. You only have to have one in college football, but couldn't get it done. And it's going to be fourth down, 14, and the Crusaders going to have to kick it back.
Nice effort on Heinrich's part. Could you see he was aware of it and he was trying to get the job done, but the ball was just too far outside to get it accomplished.
So it's going to be fourth down for the Crusaders. They'll kick it away deep for the Spartans is Brandon
Last time
Koff.
they almost got a block on us. Let's see what they're doing this time.
Kept you back in punt formation. There's the snap. They don't rush. There's the kick. Kind of floats. Going to bounce at the 35 and then out of bounds at about the 33-yard line, and that's where the Spartans will take it over. First down and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Well, nobody seems to want to field the punt today on either side.
So first down and 10, 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. 14-7 Valparaiso on top. Aurora took a fumble by the Crusaders and drove it in for the opening touchdown. Crusaders came back in the first quarter to tie it and then took the lead here in the second quarter. First and 10 Hancock wants to throw, fires it out. Here's got a man wide open on the slant.
Job.
To the 45, to the 50, to the outside.
He's still going.
45-40.
Look at this
It's
effort.
a foot race. He's to the 20, and he's run down from behind, fumbles the football, but it goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Boy, we started rotation on that fake pitch over there. Our corner dropped off and gave a soft for the slant in, and he took it and inside. He got good running room. Good job.
48-yard pass for the first down at the 19-yard line, and that was number 87, Dan Herlihy, the 165-pound senior who caught it. Wideouts to the left side, the I formation for Aurora.
We should have had front coverage by our backside linebacker on that slant, and when it goes that way.
Hancock on the option, keeps it himself to the 15 and down right there as he is hit by Cunningham and Schneider. Pickup of about 4 on the play, where it's got to be second down and 6 at the 15-yard line.
Cunningham hit him that time like he was still mad at his sisters.
Medina goes out. Dixon, the only running back behind Hancock. Hancock goes back and rolls left. Rolls to the right, fires it out here, and intended for...
Looked like he had running room that time, too.
Number 26, Bruckner, but he missed him. It's going to be third down and 6. Good defense out there that time for the Crusaders by Josh Burning. It's going to be third down 6 at the 15-yard line. Did you bring the flashlight in case we need it?
We need to bring it up in there. Their kicker does a pretty good job. They're definitely in field goal position.
Herlihy and Doherty out wide to the left side. The I backfield. Hancock on the option to Medina to the outside to the 15.
Good job,
and Burning it grabs him, grabs a handful of shirt and just won't let go. And Medina's going to get a yard out of it. Looked like he had a lot when he got the ball.
It sure did. Yeah, it looked like he had running room. All right, here comes field goal.
So Draper's going to come on to try the field goal. Draper, a 6'1", 185-pound sophomore. He'll be setting up at about the 22, so a 32-yard kick. He made his first today, but they took the points off the board on a penalty, and then they got the touchdown on the next play, so it worked out better for Aurora. Draper gets ready. Here's the snap. It's down. The kick is up. It looks good, and it is.
Okay.
So Draper, again, with a nice kick and the 3 points on the board. And there's timeout with 5:45 to go in the first half. It's now the Crusaders 14 and Aurora 10. You're listening, or you're watching Valparaiso Crusader football.
As an auto owner's insurance agent, I take your needs seriously and work hard to find you the best coverage available. As an independent agent, I'm able to provide you with the policies and coverage best suited to your individual needs. You see, auto owners selects agents the same way you do, with a great deal of care.
For the best coverage at reasonable rates, call your independent auto owner's agent today.
Call your auto owner's agent, Harley Snyder Insurance, with offices in Valparaiso, Chesterton, and Portage. Rockports are shoes that you can live in. Rockports go anywhere, do anything classics are comfortable enough to live in. You can dress them up or dress them down, wear them to work or just running around town. Rockports always look smart and feel comfortable because hidden inside is Rockport's exclusive walk support system. Try on a pair of Rockports today at the Sports Shop, 60 Lincoln Way, downtown Valparaiso. .5:45 to go first half, 14-10, Valparaiso on top. Draper gets ready to kick off for Aurora. Approaches the football, short kick. Going to be taken at about the 26-yard line to the 30. The 35 to the outside and out of bounds at about the 38-yard line is number 39, Kurt Sikowski. And Sikowski, pretty good run back. It'll be first down and 10 for Valparaiso. They're going to spot the football at the 38-yard line.
Well, they've done their homework on Ozzie on the kickoff returns because they're not going to give him anything to come back with today. They're intentionally kicking that ball short. keeping it out of the hands of Ozzie Young.
First down and 10 at the 38-yard line for the Crusaders. Holick goes out wide to the left side. Double tight ends with Dunham and Jackson in. High backfield with Bobick and Young. Behind Nick Browder. Browder on the option. Keeps the football. He's got some room at the 40 to the 44 and is upended right there. Coming up to make the big hit was Mike Warrose, but on the bottom of that pile, 74, Tom Lakowitz was the first guy in there. Pickup of about 4, or make that 6 on the play.
There's Warrose again. Warrose covers a lot of field. He's a good linebacker. He comes up and he hits with authority, too.
So it's second down and about 4 at the 44-yard line for the Crusaders. It's gotten lighter again, but it started raining, so you had to dump some of that rain out of those clouds to get some light through. Browder over to Bobeck. Bobeck, or that keeps it himself. Now pitches to Young. It's knocked away. Picked up by the Spartans. Number 8 in there is Brad Buckley, who reached out as he tried to pitch it and knocked it away.
Yes, that was too bad because the option was there, too. Ozzie had the sideline, but he pitched the ball behind him.
A great play by Buckley at the 43-yard line. Another fumble by the Crusaders. And it'll be first down and 10, Aurora at the Crusader 43.
Yeah, lots of time left in this half yet.
Hancock with the I formation backfield. Spins it around, keeps it himself on the option. Now the pitch to Medina. Medina makes a nice catch.
Good job.
Cuts it inside the 35 to the 30-yard line. 13-yard pickup and a first down for Aurora at the 30-yard line in Crusader territory.
Well-run option.
Medina now 36 yards on 8 carries unofficially today. They'll have it first and 10 at the 30-yard line. Crusaders leading 14-7, 4:44 to go here in this first half.
Andre was getting off the ground a little slowly on that one. Looks all right now, though.
First and 10 at the 30. Hancock goes back. Medina tries the right side and darts his way down to about the 28-yard line. Going to get a couple of yards out of it, all. It's going to be second down and 8.
Well, the defense has to, right here, tighten up and then don't allow any more yardage. They're not in a great place for a field goal right now, so we've got to stop them on this drive, this series.
Tom Horn told us before the game when I was talking to him, Coach, that Aurora's got a pretty good offense, and they've shown it. They can move the football. Option to Medina on the back, and Shaheed has got him. But Josh Burning caused that when he blitzed in, and he had the quarterback going down when he pitched it.
Well, we got penetration on him and made him throw that ball deep. And really a well-executed option if you're hitting that pitch, man. He should be going forward and downfield when you hit him with the pitch, and that time that pitch was made deep in the backfield. That allows us to get good penetration on him.
Third down and 9 at the 29, as here comes the throwing quarterback, Brody Wolf, the 6'1", 220-pound freshman, although Hancock's completed the only 2 passes they've completed today.
And they're in 4-down territory where they can be throwing it twice.
And now we're going to get a timeout as Aurora is not sure what they want. And the clock was about to run out, so 3:10 to go here in the first half. We'll keep it right here, Coach. I believe that was Aurora's last time out of this half, 14-10. In pretty good position for maybe even a field goal. Draper's shown us a leg.
Yeah. There's no wind at all. Wind's no factor for us right now. Matter of fact, if there's any breeze at all, it looks like it's coming at their backs by looking at that flag right now.
There's Bob Canny talking to his defense. That's Shane Snyder and Josh Burning and Jeff Seymour, the 3 defensive captains for the Crusaders. Go back to the huddle. Bring the words of knowledge from the sideline back to the huddle.
We're looking right now, I think, more or less, we're looking at 2-down territory rather than field goal. But I don't know the extent of his leg.
Well, Aurora, a very young football team. They started off by losing their first 3 ball games this year.
Might be an excellent time, right? Yeah, they're a young ball club. I'm looking at their things down there. That little Fonz is a freshman that they're running up in there. this might be an excellent time with that quarterback coming in to throw a little screen pass.
Yeah.
Let's see if we get to some, or they give us some quick rush and flip it out.
Oh, Wolf sets him down up under center this time. Goes back, flags are down. Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you, we've had more problems in this first half than I can believe. And what are we going to have? Somebody's moving, I think. Aurora's moving
Miller
back. It's going to be illegal procedure.
Oh, boy. Well, they're helping us again.
Be interesting to see the halftime statistics. We don't keep track ourselves of penalty yardage, but there's a bunch.
Right. They're helping us.
Now the referee comes over and talks to Tom Horn.
Right. Well, that was going to be the run and play action pass on 3rd and long, and nobody expects a run. I think they're hurting themselves a little bit with that. You just get them back there and give them a chance to throw that football.
Natividad goes wide to the right side. Wide to the left side comes Kincaid.
Now he's in shotgun.
Roll back in the shotgun. There's the snap. Goes back. Wants to throw. Stands in. Now rolls right. Fires it out here. And it's incomplete. Almost intercepted by Shane Snyder.
Shane Snyder.
He had his man breaking open. Just didn't get it there.
And that would have given him 7 ball games in a row with an interception. Broke his streak of last year of 6. So I imagine he's thinking about that right now. He had it in his hands.
Well, they had only thrown, Tom Horn was telling me before the ball game that Aurora's only thrown it 86 times coming into this ball game, and 9 had been intercepted. So you figure there might be one today before it over, maybe 1 or 2 even.
They just worked themselves back into punt formation.
Well, they're going to kick it away now from the 35 because of the penalty, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be 4th down and 14 as Ridgely stands back.
Yeah, maybe we could have a fake punt. This would be, if you had one, this would be a place to use it.
And a snap, and again, they're going to have a delay of game. This is going to be delay of game here as the clock is run down. So that's going to cost them another 5 yards, put them back to the 39, where it's going to be 4th down and 19. Or they're going to get in the position where they're not going to be able to kick it in the end zone. You're going to have to field it.
Yeah. Well, he's still going to probably go for a pooch kick where he tries to kick it high and let it drop down and stop somewhere inside the 20. Instead of getting distance, he wants height.
4th down, 19.
He's been a low kicker with these last 2 punts. I'll see what he can do with this one.
3 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the first half. Crusaders on top, 14-7. There's the snap. Nice punt. Nice snap this time. Ozzie calls fair catch and makes it at about the 14-yard line. So that's where the Crusaders will have it, 1st down and 10.
It was a wise choice to field that one, too, because we had 2 white shirts down there that could have downed that ball inside the 10.
So they're going to put it at the 13, where the Crusaders will have it 1st and 10, 87 yards away, and 2 minutes and 58 seconds to try to get there. Leading at 14-7 here in the first half.
All right, this would be an excellent place to put a sustained drive and bring it down on there. We have, at least 2 of our timeouts left, I know.
I think so, yeah. 1st down and 10 at the 13-yard line for Valparaiso. Browder sets him down. Goes back and wants to throw it. I was going to take it on the quarterback draw.
All the way.
Gets it out over the 20 and out to the 22-yard line. Picks up about 9 on the play. But a flag is down, and that's in the area where you get a hold most of the time. And that's what it's going to be.
That was quarterback draw all the way.
Another penalty in this first half. Holding going to be called against the Crusaders. They mark it back at the 18, so Nick will pick up 5 yards on the play, but then it's going to be half the distance from there to the 9, so it should be 1st and 14 if I've got it all figured out right.
Now we're thinking, your whole process of thinking is changing offensively about it. Before we're thinking, let's move that ball down, we got a chance to go for a score. Now you're sitting back deep in your own territory and you're thinking, let's make sure we get it out of here and don't give them the ball inside their territory.
1st and 14 from the 9-yard line for the Crusaders. Nick Browder at the quarterback, goes back and wants to throw. Stands out here, fires it out for Heinrich, and he's got him. And Scott goes out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. Picks up 6 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and about 8.
Clock 2 minutes and 45 seconds. All right.
Heinrich with his second catch of the day. And it's second down and about 8 yards to go. 2:45 to go in the first half. Valparaiso on top, 14-7. It's been a lot closer first half than most of us had anticipated, truthfully.
We're not afraid to throw the football here. We're going throwing again.
Browder under a lot of pressure. Down he goes. All the way down at the 5. In there is 91, 74, and 95. That's Norwood, Lakowitz, and Erb, and they all got him at about the 6-yard line. A loss of 9. That's going to be third down and
on your
17.
Own 8-yard line. I would have liked to see sprint out at that point in their time. Nick's got a chance to do some running out there.
Benolio goes to the left, Holak to the right, split backs. Browder wants to throw.
Again.
He's under a lot of pressure, fires it out into Bullock, and he is unloaded
on the 2-yard line.
At about the 2-yard number 43 coming up there, Brian Tucker, and he really put a shot on Nate Bobek.
Well, we were trying to come with a delayed screen, and Aurora smelled that baby out because they were sitting back there. The tackle held up, the end held up back over there, and the linebacker was just sniffing them.
All the way back at the 1-yard line.
We're lucky we didn't lose that ball.
Fourth down, 22 from the 1. Kepke's going to have to kick it away from out of the end zone. This is dangerous. There's the snap. Kepke gets it out.
Oh, nice punt. Good job. Oh, he did a good job of fielding it.
Midfield
All right,
to the
keep him
45
inside
and still
contain.
down
All right,
to 50,
nice
the 45
job.
to the 44.
Excellent punt.
Best kick maybe of the year for Dan Kepke.
Right.
He really got that
He
one.
boomed that baby an opportune time. And they did a good job fielding that punt and bringing it back up, too. I thought it was over his head, and he's going to let it go.
Well, if they had it, we might have saw about a 99-yarder.
Yeah, that was, wow.
That thing was a rocket.
Yeah,
First and 10, Aurora at the 44.
He achieved hero status on that one.
Minute 8 to go in the first half. Crusaders leading 14-7.
Yeah, we've seen some excellent punting on both sides.
Yep. Minute 8 left here in the first half of play. Hancock going back. He's in pressure. He's caught. Down he goes.
All right. Good
right
job.
up the middle comes
Paylock,
John Paylock. Miller turned him back to the inside and stopped him. He couldn't run around him, and all of a sudden here comes Paylock from the backside.
Beautiful job.
Well, there's a loss of 7. It's going to be second down 17 from the 49-yard line.
Paylock, he's up in every area, and fumbles and sacks and causing fumbles.
Hancock rolls, wants to throw.
He's got
gonna
all
keep
kinds
it. He's
of
at the
room
45, and down he goes there.
Good job.
As I believe it was John Harrington fought off his blockers, was able to make the tackle for a gain of 2 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 15.
Had green grass, but just a little indecisive whether he's going to run or throw the ball.
Yeah, that's
and
probably.
They had time to cover it.
That's going to be the first half.
Right.
As Aurora's decided they're not going to go for any more, they're going to go to the locker room. So at halftime, the Valparaiso Crusaders lead by 7. An interesting first half. Not a great played first half, but an interesting first half of football. And the score at halftime is the Valparaiso Crusaders 14, the Aurora Spartans 7. We'll be back with our halftime in just a moment. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football. The Purdue Christmas Show, Branson, Missouri, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, the Mall of America, the Holland Tulip Festival. Just a few of the attractions visited by Getaway Tours. Getaway Tours is the only touring company in Northwest Indiana that is a registered member of the National Tour Association. So if you're a member of a group that might be interested in an escorted tour for a week or just a day, have Getaway Tours take care of all the details. Call Getaway Tours at 477-4771. For the collector, for the fan, for birthday gifts, anniversaries, Christmas gifts, or any special occasion, it's the Foul Ball. Larry and Kathy Astrologies invite you to visit. Whether your sport is football, baseball, basketball, or hockey, the Foul Ball has cards, memorabilia, and unique gift ideas. Remember, the Foul Ball, 51 Jefferson, Valparaiso. Well, at halftime, the Valparaiso Crusaders leading the Aurora Spartans by the score of 14-10. Let's take a look at the statistics in the first half. For Aurora, they came up with 5 first downs to 10 for the Crusaders, so the Crusaders doubled them up there. Rushing yards in the first half, Aurora with 74 rushing yards, Valparaiso with 86. Passing in the first half, 2 out of 7 for Aurora for 54 yards. The Crusaders 7 out of 11 for 94 yards. So total offense in the first half, 180 for the Valparaiso Crusaders, 128 for Aurora. Not as big a difference as you might have thought coming into this ball game. The penalty yardage, we said we wanted to take a look at that here at halftime. Well, penalty-wise in the first half, Aurora was 7 penalties for 55 yards. The Crusaders 5 penalties for 40 yards. So the Crusaders and Aurora both with way too much penalty yardage in that first half of play. Taking a look at the individual leaders, rushing Dixon, 6 carries, 40 yards. Medina, 10 carries, 37 yards. And Hancock, 4 carries for a -3 for Aurora. For Valparaiso, Browder's 15 carries for 53 yards in that first half. Ozzie, 7 carries for 18. Bobick, 6 carries for 11. And nothing else really stands out other than Ozzie has 3 catches also for 94 yards in the first half. From Nick Browder, who was 7 out of 11 for 94 yards. But, Coach, almost 100 yards in penalties between the two ball clubs.
Right, and that could be a result of 2 things. One team coming in the ball game not quite mentally ready to play, and the other team being overkeyed up, being too tight ready to play.
Well, the kickoff
be either one.
Taken by Aurora, and they'll have it 1st and 10 as they return it up to about the 35-yard line. 14-10, the Crusaders on top as we start the second half of play. Neither team totally impressive in the first half, but the Crusaders do have the lead.
Our pursuing defense has to show up right now and stop them from getting anything and get us possession of that football.
Looks like to me a little bit of a letdown maybe after the conference season over.
Well, that's what I feel like we just weren't quite mentally ready to play this ball game.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Hancock gives it off to Dixon, and Dixon's going to get maybe a yard out of it as he goes off the right side.
All right, I know several times in the first half, I saw the right side of our line just blow us back in there. That time, we won the line of scrimmage, so maybe we're going to have a different ball game here.
Dick Harlan and Bill Cook from Brown Stadium, Valparaiso University, where the Crusaders trying to wrap up a guaranteed winning season. They win this and they'll be 6-3. They have one more game down at Kentucky Wesleyan next week, but the worst they could end up would be 6-4. So a big ball game from that aspect.
There
Shane
Snyder got his interception.
His 7th game in a row that Shane Snyder's come up with one, and that time just a bad pass.
You better. He threw that into a crowd. There were 6 receivers there, but 5 of them were Valparaiso.
So
and
Shane
Sean gets
Snyder,
a 7 in a row.
7 straight games with at least 1 interception. 1st and 10 Crusaders at the 36-yard line. Well, the Crusaders, with a chance to start to spread this one out, they could get into the end zone here.
Oh, yeah, this is great opportunity.
Wide to the right, Fenolio. Wide to the left is Holak. Double wings. Browder keeps it himself. He gets it inside the 30. And Defoe lost the football, and it's recovered by number 24. That is Drew Avery. Well, they collided, and Avery won the battle. Picked up 7, fumbled the football.
Nick had a good run going, and he saw the defender there and just dropped his head, anticipating the tackle. And the guy sort of stood upright. He just didn't make it look like he made a great effort for it either. And just ran into his arms.
That's going to be 1st and 10, Aurora at the 29-yard line. So both teams have turned it over to start this second half. Well, we were saying it has not been a played football
No,
game
it
in the
hasn't
first
been.
half, and it started that way the second half. You know, last week against Dayton, even though it was a 30-13 game, it was a pretty well-played game on both sides.
That's
but
right.
Neither team could say that this afternoon, I
The
don't think.
turnovers in that ball game were,
There's another interception,
Oh!
and Seymour missed it.
And now a flag.
goes
Another
down.
flag.
Let's see what the flag's all about.
Right through
Jeff
Jeff's
Seymour
hands.
had it right in his hands and couldn't come up with it. As, not sure what the penalty flag is all about. Number 87 tried to make a dive for it at the end. That was Hurley.
Inadvertent
They
flag.
waved it off. I'm not sure why they even threw it, because I didn't see any problems in there. The ball was tipped. Apparently they were going for pass interference. But the ball was tipped. It was actually almost intercepted by Seymour. So it's going to be second down and 10 at the 29, and Hancock has thrown two really bad passes to start this second half.
Yes. The collision with the receiver occurred after the ball was tipped.
Wide to the left is Kincaid. Wide to the right is Doherty.
With the
Hancock
draw.
goes back on the draw to Dixon, and Seymour's got him behind the line of scrimmage at about the 27, 28-yard line.
It.
A
Jeff
loss
says,
of
well,
two.
if I can't catch the ball, I can tackle those fullbacks.
I
And he
think
did that
that's
time.
at least twice I remember in the games that we've done this year, Coach, that Jeff's had one like that and couldn't catch it.
Right.
That's why he's playing defense instead of split in, isn't
He doesn't have that split end physique either.
Wideouts to both sides. Doherty goes wide to the right side. Off wide to the left here is Townsend. The I formation as Hancock pitches to Medina, trying to go off the right side around the end. Being chased by
There
Burning.
we
Gets
are.
away from Burning and then is down across the way as Eric Miller knocks him out of
We
bounds.
got somebody down. Uh-oh. I think it's a not for Oh, no, it's
Now that's
Burning.
and it looks like he hurt his
Grabbing his
hand. He got
hand.
it caught in his jersey, I would think.
Yeah. Where's he going? I thought he was going to go in the Aurora huddle for a minute, but he just jogged over to say something to one of their players over there.
So it's going to be fourth down from the 34-yard line. They picked up 7, fourth down and 5. And so Aurora's going to have to kick it away. Ridgely back in punt formations. Had a really good day kicking the football. And there it is. That's an end-over-ender this time. It's going to bounce, almost hit the Crusader, and now inside the 30 and down to the 25. Well, he hasn't kicked one that really looked nice all day, but he's getting a heck of a roll out of it.
Yep, you betcha. That was interesting. I thought Josh was going back in a huddle. That happened to me one time in high school. I got my buzzer rang, and I got up. He said, "Are you all right?" And I guess I replied to him, "Fine." And I was playing defense, and I lined up in the other team's offensive huddle. They took me out the ball game. The kid said I'd laid down on his shoulder and snoozed off for about 2 minutes. Woke up, and that was, all that time wasn't aware of what happened in between there.
They've been talking about the danger of concussions,
That's right.
and I think that you're a prime
Yeah.
example anyway. Everybody knew that. First and 10 at the 25 for the Crusaders. Browder rolls left, wants to throw, fires it out there. He's got Holick open. He's got him. Up at about the 42-yard line. Now let's see where they're going to spot it. If they give him all the way out to the 42, and they do, 17-yard pickup, first down Crusaders.
They've got an advantage nowadays. They've got helmets.
First and 10 and covering up there, too.
But I'll tell you, the helmets are part of the problem. The helmets are so hard nowadays that they become a weapon in themselves.
Yes, they do. Sometimes they're used
You
wrong.
have two of those ram into each other, and that's nothing gives but brain tissue.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line for the Crusaders. Wide out to both sides. Slots on both sides. Browder fumbled the football. It's loose,
Oh, and they got it.
Aurora's
Oh.
got it back again. Unbelievable.
Well,
A loss of 3 and a fumble, and Aurora will have it back again at the 39-yard line. That is the fourth fumble lost by the Crusaders this afternoon.
wow. And with the third turnover of the second half, and there's not 3 minutes gone. There's
Well, they
2.5
had 6
minutes.
turnovers last week against Dayton. I don't care how good a
Right.
team you are, you can't keep giving the other
No.
team the football. First and 10 at about the 39-yard line for Aurora. Hancock sets them down. I formation. The pitch to Medina,
There's the
trying to
toss.
go around the right side.
Got room.
Knifes inside the 35 and slides to the 31-yard line. They're going to put him down at the 33, pick up a 6. On the play, it's going to be second down and 4.
Nice toss.
Well, Medina's not very big, but
that's
he
the
is
toss
quick.
they made their big touchdown off of before, but they faked that toss and then came back with that throwback pass. I hope our linebackers are well aware of that possibility coming back here.
12 minutes to go in the third quarter. 14-10. Crusaders still on top. Aurora with a big chance here. Medina inside and is stood up and just blasted. The ball is loose, I think, in there, but the Fonz gets it down to about the 31. Should be enough for a first down, or it's going to be closed. Well, not going to be enough. Looking on the wrong side. Looking over there, it's going to be a couple of yards short.
That was an advantageous spot for us, but he still wouldn't have had the first down.
No. Well, I was looking at this guy marking over here, and he's marking where the ball is, not where the...
Yeah, he should be marking it up. I would say he should be marking up here, so if we run to this side, they know what they need to make for the first down.
That's what I thought, too, but I guess not. 3rd and 2. Pitch to Medina. Medina again around the right side.
Oh, yes.
And
all right, good
Burning's
job by
got
Burning.
him and runs him back as they just destroyed the blocking over there on that left side. Miller's in there, Palyak's in there, Harrington's in there, and Burning's the guy that's going to get the tackle. Seymour also in on that.
Looked like the Fonz was doing a real good job. He got up behind his tackles, but was just waiting in there to make a break. And then from the inside came Josh and just took him out of there.
So it's going to be 4th and 2, and let's see what's going to happen here. They're going to kick it away. It looks like Ridgely is coming back in to the ball game. He's the punter. Ozzie and Cezone are standing at about the 10-yard line. Well, they're certainly taking their time. Apparently, they're going to take the penalty and try to get the other 5 yards.
Yeah.
They let the clock run down, and so it's going to be a delay of game against Aurora.
Well, that
the
takes
Crusaders
away the
may not take
possibility.
this. Well, they're going to take it.
Takes away the possibility of a fake punt. They had no choice on that one.
So the delay puts it back at the 36-yard line where it's going to be 4th down and 7.
But 4th and 3 at the 32-yard line, if you have a fake punt in your repertoire, that would have been an excellent time to try to use it.
I'm not sure. It wouldn't have been a good time to go for it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, you're going to have them down inside the 30 or close to that anyway. You can't expect much better than that, but we'll see. There's the snap to Ridgely. There's the kick.
Oh, let
and
it
it's
go
going to go
end
into the end zone, and so you're going to get it out at the 20. So.
Gain of 10 yards. Gain of 11 yards.
So the Crusaders are going to have it 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to get something going on offense. 14-10 is our score.
I don't see any sense on that one. A gain of 11 yards, and you had 4th and 4 to go. I still say, boy, what a beautiful opportunity to run a fake punt. It makes make the effort.
Well, I'm not sure I wouldn't have gone for it anyway. I don't know. I mean, at this point in time, what are you going to lose?
Yeah.
Aurora trying to get their season up to 500.
Yeah, right. And they're the underdogs. That's the time when you take those chances. Sure.
First
Got
and
everything
10.
to gain and nothing to lose.
Crusaders at the 20-yard line. Browder rolls right, fakes. He's got Bobick wide open.
Tipped up and intercepted. Oh, there's
intercepted by number 37, Jeremy Warrow.
All right, we're putting pressure on our defense here. Oh, he had him open too.
Warrow's made a great interception. It was tipped. I'm not sure who tipped it, but Warrow's the guy that came up with it. And that is the 5th turnover of the ball game against the Crusaders. And it's 1st and 10 at the 24 for Aurora. Well, they had 6 turnovers last week and 5 in this ball game so far, Coach. And all of a sudden, the Crusaders have become turnover prone.
3 of them in this half.
That's that's right. 2 fumbles and the interception.
With not quite 6 minutes. In fact, about 5 minutes of play.
Crusaders have had 5 plays and they've turned it over 3 times. Dixon, nothing there.
Nothing
Sid
that
just
time.
stacked up on the inside.
All right. Defense is getting cranked up. All right,
Sal
let's go.
Shahid in there. On the bottom of that pile is Eric Miller.
There we go.
Andre Murphy was in there. A lot of guys.
This could be a turning point for us.
Well, it could be for both teams.
Yeah,
this is a big time here.
Right.
A loss of 2.
Big series.
2nd down and 12 at the 26.
We stop them. We gain the psychological advantage. They put it in, and they're definitely on the top side.
9:15 to go, 3rd quarter. Hancock rolls right, wants to throw, stands, now comes back the other way, fires it out here, incomplete. Threw it into triple coverage there as he tried to go deep to number 84, I believe. He was trying to get it into Natividad. Or he
We
was
got a
trying to
yellow
get to
flag
McCoy,
again.
but there's a flag down, and that's going to be against the Crusaders.
What's that?
John Palyak coming off.
What's that one for?
And he's walking tenderly. Well, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what the officials are going to. Personal foul against Crusaders, roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer. Jeez, I didn't see that.
Roughing the passer against the Crusaders. Oh,
Wow.
my goodness.
There's a beautiful. Woo. Now.
Well, what is the rule, Coach?
ball
If
on
you
the
roll
14-yard
out,
line.
when do you become
Fair game.
fair game?
But it's still, it's what if after he throws the
Right, if
ball,
he throws,
has
you
a certain
can't hit
amount
him,
of
right,
time. You
yeah.
can't hit him after a reasonable amount of time when he throws the football.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line for Aurora. Hancock to Medina. Medina straight ahead, gets a yard, down to the 12.
And the other one we're talking to is really referring to a punter. A punter is protected, but if he takes the ball and rolls off, even though he's going to attempt to kick the ball, he's free game then.
So it's 2nd down and 9 at the 12-yard line for Aurora. 8:45 to go, third quarter, 14-10. Crusaders have self-destructed here in the third quarter so far.
And we're trying to give him a touchdown.
Mark Hancock, the 6'1", 180-pound freshman quarterback for Aurora, goes straight back, wants to
He's
throw.
got that slant.
Looks
they got
and can't get the pass off. I believe it was Matt Culp that put the pressure on, and then he tried to go, and Cunningham got in there. And also for the Crusaders, well, I can't get the number of the other guy. Might have been Eric Miller, but dumped him back at about the 14-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and 11.
Right. 3rd and 10. They'll be looking at field goal on 4th down, I'm sure, because there's plenty of time left in this ball game.
Wideouts to the left side for Aurora. Kincaid and Natividad. Option by Hancock, and
All right.
Seymour's got him
Going
as he
back
tried to
to the
get it
middle of
back
the
into
field.
the 11.
They run option to the middle of the field to set themselves up for the field goal. And
Well,
that's
that
what they're
would not
coming
give
with.
them the lead, but it would
No.
put it within 1 point, and another field goal is all
Another
they would
field
need.
goal, right. Later in the ball game, we wouldn't see this, but at this point, it's a wise move.
So Draper comes on for 6'1", 185-pound sophomore. Will try the 28-yard field goal. Snap is down. The kick is up.
Oh, it's a stub. He might be short.
Partially blocked. No good.
No good.
I'm not sure if anybody got a hand on it or not, but he missed it to the right. Didn't get it all. And the Crusaders have dodged another bullet.
Oh.
Well, I guess the question is, Coach, how long can you keep dodging bullets out
That's
there?
right. He didn't get a good hit on that ball. We've got to move that football now.
So the Crusaders still lead 14-10, and we'll take it over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line with 7:12 to go here in the third quarter.
What I think even more so out of that we stopped them from scoring and getting that field goal, is I think our defense has responded to the situation, and we're going to see better ball out of them than we saw the first half.
Browder sets him down, goes back, gives it off to Ozzie, and Ozzie trying to go to the right side and might have got a yard or two, and that's going to be it.
But we have to sustain something right now and give them a break, because they've been on the field almost the whole second quarter.
We go inside 7 minutes to go here in the third period. They'll spot the football at the 22-yard line. Ozzie got 2 on him. 2nd down 8.
The field still is in excellent condition. I haven't seen anybody slipping or falling or doing anything.
No. Hollock goes wide to the left. Heinrich goes wide to the right. Browder gives it off to Bobick, and Bobick will take it up across the 25-yard line. He'll pick up about 3. So it's going to be 3rd down, 5 yards to go at the 25-yard line for the Crusaders.
Right. Coming back, starting to establish the option. I think that's what we need to do right now, get the running game going before we start throwing that football all over the place again.
Clock continues to move at 6 minutes to go here in the third period. 14-10, that's the way we stood at halftime. That's where we still stand as Hollick goes wide to the left side. Tolbert out wide right this time. Jackson and Young are the wings. Boback the running back behind Browder. Nick kept it himself, and there was nothing there. He tried to come out on the option, and they did a great job as the defensive tackle had come across, turned him back to the inside, and then made the tackle. That's Norwood again. He's had a big ball game.
I wonder if
Gain
that
of
was
a couple.
I wonder if that was called, because if it wasn't, it was a poor decision on Nick's part. The fullback, it looked like still could have been running the football. They had to give it to him that time.
So it's going to be 4th and 3, and again the Crusader offense fails here in the third quarter. They're going to have to kick it away. Dan Kepke on to kick it away. Koff is deep. There's the snap and the kick. Oh, great kick.
Oh.
Nice high. Koff running over once, and he fumbled the
yes.
football. It's loose.
Oh, he throws a flag down.
A flag goes down.
I think he's going to call him, but he didn't give him an opportunity to catch the ball.
43 for the Crusaders is Matt Barker's the guy that made the big hit.
He
The
hit
ball
him after
came
he
loose.
touched the ball, but he might be saying that he didn't give him 3 yards of opportunity.
Right, we'll
to
see
catch
what
the
what penalty is going to be, and it probably is going to be that, being too close to allow him to catch it. Although he caught it, he did that on the run, Coach. I don't know that would be a good call. Interference against the Crusaders. That's what they're going to call.
Yeah.
First down, Aurora.
Right.
I'd have to see that one on film. I'm not sure I would agree, because he was.
Well, I'm not sure.
The receiver
either,
was on
but
the dead run when he touched the football, and how you supposed to get away from him?
But he still hasn't. You still got to give him an opportunity to catch the ball. You got to give him a lane in order to catch the football.
He tried to catch it, he just didn't.
Right.
First and 10 at the 45 for Aurora. Hancock. Off the right side is Dixon, and there's nothing there for him.
You know, he's a strong fullback, that Dixon kid. It's several times they've hit him at the line of scrimmage. I mean, met him with 3 people, and he just don't go down easy.
No gain on the play.
The strength of Trevor, our fullback that we are missing in our last 2 ball games.
He certainly would make a difference too, doesn't he?
Sure would.
Not only with his ball carrying, but his blocking up front.
You better believe it.
Second down and 10 at the 45-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Wide to the left side comes Kincaid. Wide to the right goes Doherty. As Wolf, the throwing quarterback, is in the shotgun. There's the snap. Somebody moved too quick. I saw that one. That came off the left side of the line, and the thing jumped out of there before the ball was snapped.
We have a plethora of flags. How'd you like that one?
Plethora of flags, eh? That'll take it back to the 40-yard line, where it's going to be second down and 15.
I got that from one of our attorney friends in Kiwanis.
One of our esteems, Mr. Past President Brian Hurley.
Brian Hurley.
Second down and 15 at the 40-yard line. Wolf goes back. Bad snap, picks it up. Now Rolls wants to throw, fires it over here, almost intercepted. Shane Snyder almost had his second of the day. We're going to have to take a break. We'll do that, and then we'll be back. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football.
During any business day, you have to make hundreds of decisions, answer countless phone calls, attend too many meetings, and solve each crisis that spells the end of the world. So isn't it nice to know when you need expert temporary help, you don't have to worry. Just call America's employer, Express Personnel Services. Request the skills you're looking for. Let us handle all the details so you can spend your time doing more important things.
Indiana 105, now the #1 country music station in Northwest Indiana, and we have everything you need. Jim and Kathy in the mornings with fun, traffic reports, fun, Jim Pinkerton's Northwest Indiana News, fun, weather information, fun. You get the picture, don't you? Phil King in the afternoon with your kind of entertainment, Steve Witt in the evening, a great guy to get to know. And it's all put together with the best country music in Northwest Indiana. #1.
Back we go to play. Andre Murphy, I believe, is going to be whistled for a pass interference call as Wolf tried to go deep, intended for number 84, Rick Natabadad. Pass interference against the Crusaders. That's a 15-yard penalty. That'll move the ball across midfield and is going to be very close to the first down. Coach, Well, I tell you what, these two teams just keep hurting themselves.
Looks like we're on the way to get 100 yards of penalties.
Well, the Crusaders had 40 in the first half, 55 for the 50-yard line. They must have called that. Isn't that supposed to be a 15-yard penalty?
First and goal, yes.
They only gave them 10 yards. First and 10 at the 50-yard line. They were at the 40, now they're at the 50. Okay. Quick pitch to the outside to Medina. Medina trying to get around the corner and only gets a couple of yards and just runs out of bounds. Picks up 2. It's going to be second down and 8 at the 48-yard line.
Okay.
3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter of play. The
bounds clock still running.
14-10, Valparaiso on top.
Is it raining out there?
I believe so. Yes, it is.
It's coming down. Looks like it's coming down pretty good right now.
Yep. You can hear it on the roof here of the press box. Second down and 8. They give it to the second man through is Dixon, and he is hit right in the hole. Palyak was the first guy to hit him, and then he got help as coming up were Seymour and Burning. And Dixon got nothing. No gain on the play. It's going to be third down and 8 at the 48-yard line.
As I said before, Dixon is a determined back. He's a strong young man.
One of the few upperclassmen on this Aurora football team. He's a senior, our 5'10", 195-pounder. Going back is Hancock. Wants to throw. He's in pressure. Caught a drop.
All right.
From the backside, John Harrington's the guy that got him.
Good job.
And dumps him back at about the 46-yard line.
Oh, he came through there like a shot that time.
Loss of 6 on the play. It's going to be 4th and 14 for Aurora back at their own 46-yard line. Well, Coach, Aurora basically has dominated this third quarter, but they haven't been able to move the football. But Crusaders keep giving it back to them.
Our defense has really responded well to it. Back in there. I think that first set of series down here when we stopped and when they're deep in our territory, it just seemed to bring life to our defense.
Well, they've had the ball the whole quarter and have gained 10 yards. I have.
We have to, we have to now establish something offensively and keep them off the field.
Ridgely with a line drive. Ozzie picks it up, gets around 1 man at the 20, down to by another, and down he goes at about the 32.
Ozzie just evaded about 4 tacklers there. It looked like he was down 3 different occasions. And he just kept sneaking through. Didn't get that much yardage, but he made a nice run of it.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line for the Crusaders with 1:40 to go here in the third quarter. Valparaiso still leading 14-10. That's the way it stood at halftime. It has not been what we expected, which is we really thought that the Crusaders were going to be able to move the football and score a lot of points today. So far, they have not.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. We believe so, and perhaps the problem was that the Crusaders felt so as well.
Off the left side is Ozzie. Ozzie over the 35 to the 36-yard line. Of course, the Crusaders have turned it over 5 times in the ball game. So they have not helped themselves.
Nothing offensively the second half here at all in the third quarter.
Well, the Crusaders have gained 15 yards in this quarter, and I'll make that 32 yards in this quarter, according to my statistics. And Aurora, what I say, had 10 yards. Yeah. That's total offense in this quarter.
We've turned the ball at 25 yards.
Second down and 6 at the 36-yard line for the Crusaders. Browder kept it. He's at the 40, the 45. That time he kept it on the option, funneled the fullback into the hole, picked up 9.
Good. Let's get that running game established. Hang on to that football.
First down and 10 at the 45-yard line for the Crusaders. We go inside, 1 minute to go in the quarter. Tolbert in, Heinrich out with the play from the sideline.
Well, I see all the umbrellas are out right now, so we've got a pretty good steady downfall of rain here.
Yep. Well, it's not that wet in here.
No, it's nice and dry. That's one nice advantage of being up here in this box.
Straight ahead is Bobick. He's going to get a yard, and that's all. So he tried to go ahead gave it to the fullback on the option that time. And Bobick picks up 1, second down and 9 at the 46-yard line.
What we're not getting in there right now is we're not getting that not the extra effort from the fullback, but we're not getting that gain we need to get on first down. That fullback getting 4, 5, 6 yards in the first down. And maybe like Trevor used to do for us every once in a while, break one. We haven't had anything at all.
Well, it's 2nd down and 9 as Bobick got 1 that time, and the third quarter is going to end. So that's the end of the third quarter of play. The score after 3 remains the Valparaiso Crusaders 14, Aurora Spartans 10. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football. If you're like most business people, you just don't have the time to plan and implement your advertising and marketing plan as you should. That's where advertising, marketing, and promotions can help. For less than the expense of a part-time employee, you can take advantage of over 24 years of advertising and marketing experience. It costs nothing to talk it over. Call Advertising, Marketing, and Promotions at 477-5803 for an appointment. That's Advertising, Marketing, and Promotions, 477-5803.
In our hands rests the ability to lift those who have fallen, to comfort those who are troubled, to guide those who could be lost. It is the greatest power we hold, and there is no greater way to make it felt than through your united way, working harder than ever to make a lasting impact in the lives of the needy and in the hopes of your entire community. Please support your united way.
Browder back to pass, now decides to take off with it and gets it out to the 49-yard line. He picked up 3. Looked like he was going to get a lot more than that when he took off. But Norwood was the guy that tracked him down. It's going to be 3rd and 6 for the Crusaders at the 49. Coach, I have 42 yards for the Crusaders, 10 yards for Aurora in offense in that third quarter.
Well, that's an outstanding job by our defense, because it only attested to the 10 yards, but the fact that our defense was on the field almost the whole time because we kept turning the ball over to them. So actually, in that performance by our offense, an outstanding job by our defensive unit.
3rd down and 6 at the 49-yard line. Browder into the shotgun. Goes back, got pressure, fires, knocked away.
Yes, all right.
Jackson.
Nice
Great
second
catch
effort by Jackson.
By Darrell Jackson, made a great catch that time as it was almost intercepted, went up in the air, and Jackson was able to come down with it at the 44 and a first down.
Oh, there, good job, concentration on that football and keeping your eyes open by Darrell. Excellent effort. We need that right now. At this point of the ball game, we need to establish a drive and take it down the field and put some points up on there. Even if it's 3, it would be a big 3 points for us.
Well, the rain is really starting to pick up. Browder under center, spins it around, keeps it on the option, cuts it to the 40-yard line, dives to the 39. Right. Picks up 5.
That's all right. That's good. 5 yards is a good first down.
Well, it just changes so much of what you can do when you get a good gain on first down.
Absolutely.
It opens up your whole offense.
That's why I say that's what we missed from Trevor Bell, not having Trevor in there in our fullback.
Hollock wide to the right side, Finolio wide to the left side as the rain is really starting to come. Boback, the only running back behind Browder. Now Young goes in motion. Browder gives it to Boback. Boback straight ahead, and he'll get it down to about the 37, maybe the 38. Give him a couple of yards.
Keep it going.
It's going to be 3rd down and 3 at the 37 for Valparaiso.
Not only we're doing a good job with it right now. Now we're taking a little time off the clock, but we're also giving our defense an opportunity to give a little rest. We need to give them a lot of rest right now.
3rd down and 3 for the Crusaders. A big 3rd down here in the fourth quarter. Browder under the center. Fumbled the football, picks it up, down he goes. Boy, Nick has not had a good ball game. That's all you can say about it.
That's about the 3rd time we've had a poor, I don't know why it is, but it's between the center and the quarterback exchange.
So it's going to be 4th down, and apparently the Crusaders going to kick it away. Dan Kempty comes on to kick it away.
And shaking him.
12:25 to go in the ball game, 14-10. Well, the problem is you've let these guys stay with you. Now a fluke play could get you beat.
That's right. It's anybody's ball game. Oh, here's a
snapped it inside to Boback, and it's not going to happen as he didn't catch it
fake
cleanly.
punt and dropped the snap.
They snapped it to Boback, and he dropped it. And here came the Aurora Spartans and dumped him at the 41-yard line. So he lost 4, and it'll be first down Aurora at their own 41-yard line. Well, first and 10 for the Spartans. 12 minutes to go in the ball game. Hancock gives it off to pitch to Medina. The ball is loose.
Come on.
Medina going
Knock
after
him out
it.
of there.
Crusaders are going after it. It looks
Knock him
like
out
the
of there.
Crusaders
Yes.
have it, and they
All
do.
right.
Coming up with
That's
the football was number 6,
Well done.
Josh Burning, but Saul Shahid was the first guy there.
Right. And Saul actually came into and took Fonzie right off of the football so we could recover it.
All the way back at the 29, a 12-yard loss on the play. First down Crusaders. And the first time that the Crusaders have had a big break here in this final half, but the defense had to do the job for them.
Well, that was a big turnover for us right now. Big turnover.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line for Valparaiso. First and 10 at the 29-yard line as Browder wants to throw, and it's incomplete. Going to be second down and 10.
All right.
11:54 to go in the ball game. 14-10, the score remains. Neither team's been able to do anything on offense here in this second half.
Well, that's the first effort we come back out with sprint out right now, and I'd like to see us come out with that a little bit more. I think Nick has an opportunity to run. I think he'll sprint it outside and look for green grass. I think it'll be looking run before he throws the football.
Second down and 10 at the 29. Jackson comes in motion, splits out a little further. Now Young goes in motion. Browder goes back and wants to throw. Stands in. Nick trying to figure out what to do with it. Now he's going to throw it out here, and it's incomplete.
Good.
Just dumped it for Scott Heinrich.
Right.
It's going to be third and 10.
Saved us from a loss. And we're playing play action pass, and I don't think they're playing us for pass right now.
Well, third down and 10 yards to go for the Crusaders. At the 29-yard line after the big turnover, have not been able to do anything with it offensively. Holick goes wide to the left. Tolbert goes wide to the right. Jackson and Young will play the slots. Browder into the shotgun. Nick's going to keep it on the draw. Gets it to the 25-yard line and doesn't get much out of it as Lakowitz was able to bring him down. A pickup of 4.
We have to be thinking field goal here because that would put us out of range from them for a field goal.
That's fourth down and 6 at the 25.
That would be 35, 42 yards. We're not going.
Crusaders going to go for it on fourth down and 6 at the 25-yard line. Actually, fourth down and almost 7.
Break down.
Browder goes left.
To the outside. He's setting back to set. There he is.
Fires it back. He's got Ozzie. Spins it at the 15. He's to the 10. To the 5.
Oh, no.
Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Started spin out action left and put a throwback to Ozzie coming back across the field from the wing position. Took him wide open. Ozzie made a nice run out of it.
First and goal for the Crusaders inside the 1-yard line as Ozzie tried to put that ball inside the pylon, but the official said he didn't get it there. Now Ozzie with his 4th catch, 96 yards on the day as Rodriguez comes in for the Crusaders.
Time, from this angle, it was very easy to see he was outside the pylon there. It was a good mark.
First and goal at the 1 for the Crusaders. Nick Browder sets him down. He's got Bobick as the only running back. Brings Ozzie in motion.
Oh, we
fumbled the football, and Aurora's got it at the 4. Oh, my goodness.
What a play from, I can't see the number of that. I'll bet it's that 91, that defensive end again.
Norwood?
Is it? I don't know. But he came in, he penetrated early, tripped up Nick. Nick fumbled the ball, and then he recovered it. That's one outstanding play.
So the fumble
he got
again.
Inside penetration right now.
That is the the fifth fumble lost by the Crusaders today.
First and goal to go on the 1 yard line.
So 1st and 10 at the 3 for Aurora with 10:45 to go in the ball game. Hancock sets him down. Aurora's going to have to call a timeout as there's some kind of a problem there, so there's timeout on the field. 10:46 to go in the ball game. Valparaiso 14, Aurora 10. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football. Have you visited downtown Valparaiso lately? You'll find a great selection of unique products and services available. Everything from hiking and outdoor equipment to scuba gear, men's clothing to stylish women's fashions. Comfortable footwear for the sportsman to delicious food and drink at our many restaurants. In short, just about everything you need is in downtown Valparaiso. Visit us soon. This invitation from the Downtown Valparaiso Business Association. Come visit us in downtown Valparaiso. You'll be glad you did.
Of the thousands of investments available today, some of the most exciting are right here in the Midwest. Where do you get research and advice on them? Many Wall Street firms overlook these corporations. But Robert W. Baird & Company has an international reputation for research, and Baird closely tracks these and 300 other corporations, publishing their recommendations in timely research reports. For more information on what Baird Research can do for you, call Baird in Valparaiso at 464-4906. Baird. Better results from better research.
Well, they have to give it to the fullback Dixon up the middle, and he gets nothing. It's going to be 2nd and 10 at the 3-yard line for Aurora. Well, I'll tell you, this has been an interesting football. Not well played. I'm sure both coaches would agree with that, but the kids have really kept the fans excited.
That's right. It's a whale of a ball game.
Well, it's
I don't
getting
know how
dark
many turnovers
again.
we got right now, but it's
well, the Crusaders have 6.
Might be going for a new high. We tied last week.
2nd down and 10 at the 3-yard line for Aurora.
Here's
Hancock going back. He wants to throw.
He looks like he's going to throw.
Rolls, fires it over the middle. He's got his receiver up near the first down. All the way out to the 15-yard line. It is a first down as he found Tom McCoy.
Boy, he's rolling deep in his end zone.
Picked up 12, first down.
Out.
So 1st and 10 for Aurora out at the 15-yard line. That was a big play right there.
That was key down for Aurora right now. Nice call with the coaching. That's a gutsy call, letting him roll into his end zone and throw like that because he's not there throwing quarterback.
Nope.
He's probably had more completions this game than he's had all year, hasn't he?
Well, he's only got 3, but he made a couple of them work.
Oh, he fumbled. But they fell on it.
By
Aurora.
Chris Dirts is the guy that got on the football.
Popped it out
at about the 19-yard line, a pickup of 4.
Big tackle fell on it.
Well, you certainly cannot fault the Valparaiso defense today. They have played very, very well.
Yes.
And have really stopped Aurora from scoring after that first drive after the turnover, but the offense just continues to self-destruct.
Right. Self-destruct on turnovers.
2nd down and 6 at the 19-yard line. Wideouts to both sides, the I formation. Medina straight ahead. Miller's got him, so does Burning as he gets across the 20 to the 21 or 22. Pick up a 3 on the play where it's going to be 3rd down and 3 at the 22-yard line.
Well, we're dwindling down to 9 minutes to play, and we've got a score of 14-10.
Third down, 3 for Aurora.
That missed field goal for the Pioneers might loom up pretty big right now, too, if they get into that kind of territory.
The one the Spartans missed hurts, too.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. I meant the Spartans, yeah.
3rd down, they give it to Dixon, and there's nothing there as he is stacked up right in the middle. Well, they cannot whip the Crusaders up the middle. That we've seen all afternoon.
They broke a few in the first half, but they haven't done anything with it in the second half.
Got a yard out of it. It's going to be 4th and 2, and apparently they're going to kick it away, which this much time to go is the only thing to do.
Our defensive line has come to life in the second half.
7:50 to go in the ball game. Back is Ridgely in punt formation. Ozzie will
All right, now we're coming
stand
up
at about
okay.
the 43.
Now we're going to come on this one. We're going to go after it. Let's go. That
Bad
ball's
snap.
on the ground. Yes. Get
Kick
low.
is
Yes. Blocked. I told you. That's
It's
it.
loose at about
All right,
the
come on. Pick it
1-yard
up
line.
and take it in the end zone.
Crusaders
No.
got it
Don't
out of
fall
bounds
on
at
it.
about the 2.
Oh, he could have picked that up and carried it into the end zone. That's the time you want to gamble. You don't want to fall on that ball. It's our ball anyway.
First
Even
and
if you
goal
miss it, it's our ball.
at the 2-yard line.
Oh,
well, I didn't get who it was. Came straight up the middle, Coach, but
Right.
they got it clean.
No,
and that bad snap, it rolled all the way back to that kicker. We've seen that all day. They haven't snapped it well. That time they got the block with it.
They had about 2 hops before it got back to them, and they weren't very big hops off that wet ground.
First down and goal, Crusaders at the 2-yard line.
All right.
Here comes Browder after talking to Tom Horn, and a touchdown here would put you in pretty good shape.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we've got 4 downs to get 3 yards. Let's be a little conservative.
Young and Rodriguez are the
Step
wings.
back.
Young in motion. Pitch
There's
to
the
Young.
toss to
Cuts
Ozzie,
it back
and
in.
he's
Dives. Did he get there? No.
Boy, I thought he was in, and boy, somebody come back. Was that old 37 again?
Well, 45 was in there.
Flores.
Stransky was one of them. And
Boy, made
also,
a
I
great
think
hit on him at the goal line to stop him
24,
from getting
Avery.
in. It looked like he had that touchdown all the way, and somebody put a big hit on him. I couldn't see it.
Less than a yard to go for the Crusaders inside the 1. 2nd and goal.
All right.
7 minutes to go in the ball game. Browder fumbled the football. It's
Oh,
loose again.
no.
Oh, my goodness.
Another fumble.
I don't believe what I'm seeing. Crusaders got it back.
Oh, no,
Browder
your
got
hands
on
up.
it.
Now, we recovered it at least.
Seymour and Palyak are going in the ball game.
Oh,
on
here we
offense.
go. What do we have here?
The jumbo package.
Oh, here we go. Power up the gut.
Well, this will be
Aylock and Seymour.
interesting, won't it? 3rd down and goal.
Well, I'll bet one thing. I bet they're not going to give it to Paylock.
Back at the 2.
Here
Boback
goes
and
power
Seymour
off
in the
tackle.
backfield. Somebody jumped.
Oh.
The right guard, right tackle jumped.
Our right tackle?
Yep, number 77, or is that 67? Fitzgerald, I believe. Yep, jumped, and that's going to cost 5 yards.
We must have had self-destruct pills in our pregame meal.
I tell you, Coach.
Wow.
How would you be feeling if you were on the sideline at this
I'd
time?
be going nuts.
Tom Horn cannot be a happy
This
camper.
could cause a man to go bald.
3rd and goal at the 7. Oh, do we believe
Not
this?
only that, Paylock and Seymour just come out of the ball game.
Well, you don't need them back here.
No,
They can't run that far.
No.
Wide outs to both sides. Bobick splits. Young, the only running back behind Browder. Goes back, fakes, now rolls left.
Oh,
Guy's in trouble. Guy coming from the
oh,
backside and
oh,
throws.
out of the end zone.
Flag goes down as Browder
right.
throws it out of the end zone. Let's see what that's
Flag
going to
could
be.
be holding.
Holding against Valparaiso, another 10
They
yards.
might.
No, they'll take it. That'll be
well,
another 10 yards back, I would
yeah.
think.
It's also 4th down.
Oh, my goodness.
And go field goal.
Yeah, they're going to take it. I just saw their coaches.
Yeah. All right.
So it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 17.
How many times have we had that ball on the 1-yard line and not scored today?
Well, let's see.
I mean, 1st and goal on the 1-yard line.
1, 2, no.
Hey.
Well, this is the 3rd time.
Yeah, 3rd time.
If they don't score this
time. Would you ever
time.
believe that we said at the beginning of the ball game
No.
that you're going to have the ball on the 1-yard line, 1st and goal to go, and not score?
3rd and goal at the 17. Crowder goes straight back. Wants to throw, fires, lofts for the end zone for Holock. Tipped around and incomplete. Almost came up with it. A great defensive play over there by Brad Buckley. as he and Holock went up looking for it. And it's going to be 4th and goal. And here comes Bill Duke to try the field goal.
All right. 3 points would be still a big 3 points at this juncture of the ball game.
They're going to spot it at the 24. It'll be a 34-yard attempt for Duke. Van Dam is the holder. He is a quarterback in case they decide they wanted like to fake it. There's the snap. It's down. There's the kick. He slipped.
Oh, it's
the
low.
Ball is no good.
No good.
He missed it.
Low. Wow.
He missed it wide right. And the score remains 14-10. And just as Duke came through at that time, Coach, you could see that front foot slip.
Right.
And it took away a little bit.
Yeah, the plant foot. Got a little slide in it. And
well,
he
that's
didn't hit
the
the
third
ball the way he
time
wanted
that
to.
the Crusaders have been at the one that did not score a point.
I was just thinking that time, say we kick the field goal, they come back and get a touchdown, extra point. They already have 2 ties this year.
Yeah. 1st and 10 at the 20 for Aurora. 5:34 to go in the ball game.
All right.
There's the pitch to Medina, trying to get around the corner, and Cole was 8 foot down.
Oh, Andre
Murphy
puts a big hit on him.
Murphy was a tailback and part-time defender till this year. He's been all defense this year.
He just put a linebacker hit on him that time. Careful, Andre. They don't want to move you up inside there. You want to stay back out.
Gain of 2 on the play, make it 2nd down and 8 at the 22-yard line. Well, I tell you, it hasn't been a greatly played game, but it's been entertaining.
Oh, yes.
2nd down and 8 at the 22-yard line. Hancock sets him with the full house backfield this time. Fires it out there. Oh!
In Seymour's hands again. Oh. Wow.
Well, we
okay, Jeff.
If we ever wondered why Seymour wasn't a wide receiver, we figured it out. That's 2 today right in his hands, and 3 that I can think of that we've seen this year, and he didn't catch them.
They give him a package of rock candy for Christmas to match his hands.
Seymour is 6'2", 229-pound junior. He'll be back next year from Deerfield, Illinois. Good one he is. Payak comes off the field. He's been injured a lot of time today. 3rd and 8. Wolf, the throwing quarterback in, is under pressure. Gets away. Now fires it out here. Incomplete.
Whoa.
And the Aurora coaching staff is fired up. They wanted a interference out there. It was intended for number 26, Alan Bruckner, but it goes incomplete. And it's going to be 4th and 8.
The defender was clearly going for the ball, though, that time. And I think when a defender is clearly playing the ball and not just the man, it's difficult to get the pass interference call. We might have had them for a loss at the same time. He did a good job of evading that
4th
tackle.
down and 8.
Oh, there's another low
bad
ball.
Snap. He's going to run with it. They got him, and down he goes.
There, back in the... Oh, he's
3-yard
forward
line.
progress.
They're going to
we
give
got
it
a chance
to
to score now. It's
3-yard
not
line,
on the 1 yard line.
19.
Well, we've got a chance to score now. It's on the 3-yard line, not the 1 yard line. The 1
Another
yard line
bad
is
snap
chips.
on that punt,
Yes.
and they got to find a guy who can do
Going
that. That
after
has
him.
really cost him here in this 4th quarter.
Well, all right. That's too bad. In the first half, their punting game saved them in field position a number of times.
But he had to go down and pick a couple of those off the ground.
That's right, and now it's going to destroy them. Well, we weren't going after it either.
Well,
now
the Crusaders are in the worst place they could be right now to 3 first down.
Like I said,
First down and
the
goal.
worst could be to be on the 1 yard line because we can't score from there.
First down goal at the 3. Browder spins. Bobak right side to the 1. Oh, did they stretch him out there? Ooh.
Twisted that one back. Ooh, I'm glad that knee wasn't caught underneath there.
Gain of 2. Here comes Seymour and Payak.
Seymour and Payak.
Don't throw it to Seymour.
No. That's for sure.
2nd down and goal. Now, Jeff's a great player, and I hope he understands. We're just kidding him.
The main thing about that is, like I've always said before with some of our defensive backs, he's in the right place to block up that pass, and that's number one. You
That's
don't
right.
have to be intercepting it.
2nd and goal at the 1 as the rain gets harder.
There it
Ozzie,
is.
right
Yes.
side. Dive.
Yes,
Touchdown.
and he's in.
Crusaders. Well, it took all day, but they got it.
And those two effectively did blow that out of there. They blew him off the line, Seymour and Palak.
4th time today at the 1-yard line.
Yes,
They finally got a touchdown.
finally got it in.
Ozzie Young with the score.
All right.
With 3:55 to go in the ball game, and the Crusaders can breathe a little easier now as the lead goes to 10. The extra point would make it 2 touchdowns or a touchdown and a 2-point conversion in a field goal Aurora would have to get. Duke on to try the extra point kick. Van Dam's the holder. There's the snap. There's the kick. Looks good, and it is.
It is, all right.
So Duke drills
21 to 10.
The Crusaders finally get on the board. Timeout on the field. 3:55 to go in the ball game. Crusaders 21, Aurora 10. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football.
David's Men's Clothier in downtown Valparaiso is unequaled in its selection of quality menswear. You'll find styles ranging from casual and weekend wear to the finest suits and ties for the executive, including suits by Talia. When you buy a suit at David's, you can wear it that evening. David's in-store alterations department can provide same-day alterations for a custom fit. So come to David's and see the Talia suits and all their quality menswear. David's Men's Clothier in downtown Valparaiso.
Howdy-ho, neighbor. What is all that junk you have there?
Oh, it's my new satellite TV equipment. Costs a fortune, but I'll get lots of stations.
But you won't get local news or weather or...
No, that's why I got this antenna.
And you're going to put all that on your roof?
I'm told I'll get exceptional picture and sound.
Not with your old TV. You'll have to buy a new one to see any difference.
But...
It's your choice, neighbor.
Don't spend money on satellite TV until you get all the facts. For a free booklet, call 1-800-72-CABLE. Multimedia Cablevision, the clear vision for the future.
Back we are, and they just they called the touchback coach before he went back and touched the ball.
Yeah.
That's a live ball. You can't do
That's a
that.
live ball. We could come fall on that for a touchdown. And I noticed one of our coaches was hopping around dead mad down there. I don't blame him.
You can't blow that thing dead
No.
on a kickoff in college. Now in high school, as soon as it goes in the end zone, it's dead. But not in college. That was a live ball, but the official
That happens
blew it dead.
occasionally with the officiating teams that have to do high school games on Friday night and college games on Saturday.
Sure.
You see it once in a while, and I'm not knocking them by saying it either, because the difference interpretation of the rules is difficult sometimes.
In high school, that is the rule.
That's just reaction.
Yeah, right. 1st and 10 at the 20. Wolf, the guy that can throw, is going to
here we
run.
go.
He gets it over the 25, still has feet at the 30, to the 31-yard
He's
line.
running like a
Down
fullback.
there, picks up 11.
Oh, we got one down in the backfield back there hurt.
1st
He
and
was
10
running
at
like
the
a fullback.
31-yard line for Wolf as he picks up 11 yards. He's the guy that's supposed to throw it, not run it.
Ooh, that looks like a back.
We got one down in the backfield for Aurora. They're going to take him off.
Their fullback, that's Dan Dixon.
And Dixon is a tough player, the
Yes,
5'10", 195-pound senior. He's running off, so he's going to be all right, it looks like. Pick up 11 and a first down for Wolf. 1st and 10 at the 31 for Aurora. 21-10 Valparaiso, 3:44 to go in the ball game.
Now, let's take possession of that ball right away.
Wolf
Breathe
is
new life
still a
into
quarterback. Whitehouse to the left. He rolls to the left. He wants to throw. Gets away from one man as Miller misses him. Now he's caught and dropped. Harrington had him first, and then he got a lot of help. I think Palyak is on there, and also might be Seymour, I believe. And Harrington getting up a little bit slow. I think that's Culp. Culp was the guy that maybe hurt him. Culp came in from the backside as Harrington comes off.
For a quarterback, he runs like a fullback.
Yeah, he's
a big lumbering.
Lost
type
two that
effort.
time. It's going to be 2nd down and 12 back at the 29-yard line for Aurora.
All right,
Wolf
that's
goes
the best
into the
play for him
shotgun.
in the shotgun.
There's the snap, goes back, he wants to throw. Stands in, fires it out on the left side, knocked away, intercepted. Tom Cunningham to the 30, 25, to the 20. Stumbles to the 15-yard line.
All right.
So Tom Cunningham with the interception for the Crusaders, their second interception of the day.
Keep the ball on the ground.
And they're in pretty good shape now at the 15-yard line. Further down in that red zone, that's where they've been bad today. So
yeah, that's right.
Just get the clock moving. That's it.
Here.
Keep the clock moving. Well, Tom Cunningham, who's had a big, big year for the Crusaders, that is the second interception of the day. Third turnover against Aurora. So we've seen 9 turnovers between the two teams, and Mike Rolando's going to come on at quarterback.
Oh,
ball
Cunningham
at the 14,
did a nice
first
job
and
on
10.
that on the return, too. He carried that ball well.
They all want to be running backs.
Oh, yes.
He's got a new backfield in there behind Rolando. Rolando's going to keep it on the option himself at the 10. He fights his way, still on his feet at the 5.
He's still going.
Won't go down.
Still
inside there, the 4-yard line.
Tug of war there.
To maybe the 3-yard line by Rolando.
That ended up in a tug of war, which only it was a shove match each way.
Well, if he got the 3, he got the first down out of it, and he did. First down for the Crusaders. Rolando, a great run for 11 yards and a first down.
That looked like the brown shoving forward and the blue shoving back. Reverse tug of war.
You're not allowed to do that, are you?
No, not really. But I rarely ever see it called.
I don't think I've ever seen it called.
I can't remember the last time I've ever seen it.
Crusaders with new people in there. 28 in there is Cracknell. And he's the fullback behind Rolando.
Oh,
fumble
again.
Oh. And Aurora says they have it. They do.
And they've got it.
Oh my gosh. Do we believe this?
Oh.
Another fumble by the Crusaders inside the 5.
New life.
That is the 7th turnover. The 6th fumble lost by the Crusaders. They're probably going to win this ball game. They're up 21-10.
Right.
But I'm telling you what, they have made it hard on the coaching staff at any rate.
All right, they're coming. Oh, yes.
First down and 10 at the 4-yard line. Joe Jacobs, the guy that got on it for Aurora.
The only one with that is Nick Browards is going to say, see, I told you so.
Coach, I told you. First and 10 at the 4. And Hancock's back in there and gives it off to Medina, and he is blasted down at about the 3-yard line. I don't think he got anything out of that, did he?
Clock's running.
Lost a yard on the play.
All right.
It's going to be second down 11 at the 3.
Last time down there, he rolled off and threw a pass and got the first down on it here.
Well, you only got a minute 40 to go. If you want to try to get in this ball game and win it, you're going to have to do something. You got to go for it. Handing it off to Medina's not going to get it done. But it doesn't look like Aurora's in any hurry either. They're going back in their huddle and taking their time coming out. Hanford, he gives it straight ahead, so they've basically given up, it looks like.
They've decided that time's going to go
Dixon carried the ball and got it to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
They don't win another score on.
So the Crusaders are going to win and assure themselves of a winning record with 1:10 to go in the ball game. It'll be their 6th win of the year against 3 losses. It wasn't pretty, but it's going to count. Third down 11 at the 3. 56 seconds to go.
Oh, another fumble.
Picked up by Cunningham. Touchdown.
Oh, is it touchdown?
Tom Cunningham picked it up and scored.
All right. Well, with that, Dick, I got to go to Fort Wayne, so I'm going to try to beat the crowd out of here. And it's been nice being with you. I've enjoyed it very much.
Thanks, Coach. See you next time. So Tom Cunningham recovers the fumble for the touchdown for the Crusaders. And it's going to be 27-10 as Cunningham gets the score. And the extra point coming on is Bill Duke. Will come on to do the kicking for the Crusaders. 48 seconds to go in the ball game, and the Crusaders now on top 27-10. And Duke on. There's the snap. It's down. The kick is up. It looks good, and it is. Duke rips it. 48 seconds to go in the ball game. The score now, the Crusaders 28, Aurora 10. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football.
As an auto owner's insurance agent, I take your needs seriously and work hard to find you the best coverage available. As an independent agent, I'm able to provide you with the policies and coverage best suited to your individual needs. You see, Auto Owners selects agents the same way you do, with a great deal of care.
For the best coverage at reasonable rates, call your independent auto owner's agent today.
Call your auto owner's agent, Harley Snyder Insurance, with offices in Valparaiso, Chesterton, and Portage. Rockports are shoes that you can live in. Rockports go anywhere, do anything classics are comfortable enough to live in. You can dress them up or dress them down, wear them to work or just running around town. Rockports always look smart and feel comfortable because hidden inside is Rockport's exclusive walk support system. Try on a pair of Rockports today at the Sport Shop, 60 Lincoln Way, downtown Valparaiso. Koff takes it at the 3 to the 5 to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, the 40, and out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. Koff with a good return for Aurora, gets it out near midfield with 39 seconds to go. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the 48-yard line. So the Crusaders trying to get this one wrapped up. End of the ball game as the Crusaders make some changes. Tim Reeson is in. First down and 10 at the 48-yard line for the Crusaders. 39 seconds, all that's left in the ball game. Next week, the Crusaders will end their season up at Kentucky Wesleyan. And now a timeout is called by Valparaiso. So the Crusaders are going to take a break. We'll take one too. There's timeout with 39 seconds to go in the ball game. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football. The Purdue Christmas Show, Branson, Missouri, Gatlinburg, Tennessee, the Mall of America, the Holland Tulip Festival. Just a few of the attractions visited by Getaway Tours. Getaway Tours is the only touring company in Northwest Indiana that is a registered member of the National Tour Association. So if you're a member of a group that might be interested in an escorted tour for a week or just a day, have Getaway Tours take care of all the details. Call Getaway Tours at 477-4771. For the collector, for the fan, for birthday gifts, anniversaries, Christmas gifts, or any special occasion, it's the Foul Ball. Larry and Kathy Astrologies invite you to visit. Whether your sport is football, baseball, basketball, or hockey, the Foul Ball has cards, memorabilia, and unique gift ideas. Remember, the Foul Ball, 51 Jefferson, Valparaiso. Back we come, and the Crusaders have put a lot of seniors out there and some guys from the offense, and so Aurora tries to go deep, and Andre Murphy breaks it up. Mike Rolando's playing safety. Doug Holock is out there on defense. Ronnie Sazzone, Jeff Seymour, Tom Cunningham. Palyak's still in there. Shane Snyder's still in there. Joel Finolio is playing defense. John Lyon in on defense. And Mike Sheemy also on defense. So you don't see these guys on defense much, but the last home game, they're going to give them a shot. End around goes to Natividad. He's at the 50 to the 45 to the 40 to the 39. Picks up a 13 yards on the play, and a flag goes down. Nothing unusual about that. A flag back at about the 43-yard line, 44-yard line. And let's see what that's going to be all about. Going to be against the Crusaders. It looks like personal foul against Valparaiso. So it's going to be 1st and 10. For Aurora. That'll move the football all the way down to the 24-yard line, where it's going to be 1st down and 10, and the rain cuts loose. 24 seconds, all that's left in the ball game. And the Crusaders are going to win their 6th of the year and assure themselves of a winning record, their first since the early 80s. Last year they were 5-5, and they had not been 5-5 since 1985. This year they're going to have a winning season as the seniors come off. Fenolio, Rolando, Shimi, Lyon, and get a round of applause from the crowd. Shane Snyder, Andre Murphy comes off. He'll be back next year, though. The Crusaders, Solvinsky comes off. Well, the people in there that don't normally play. And rolling right is Hanford. Fires it out here and incomplete. Hancock misses his receiver. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. 19 seconds to go in the ball game, and the rain has really started to come down. Well, it held off till, at least as bad as it is now, till the end of the ball game, and as you can see on your screen, I believe, it's really cut loose, and the mud is starting to build up. 19 seconds to go in the ball game. This will be our last broadcast of the year, our last telecast of Crusader football. Hope you've enjoyed all 6 of the games we brought to you this year, and we will be doing basketball. Keep tuned to your favorite cable stations and watch your TV listings, and I'll let you know what's going on. Long pass for the end zone, and Letsky breaks it up. And it's going to be 3rd down and 10 at the 12-yard line. Shane Snyder going back in the ball game. He'd like to have another interception. Letsky comes out. Schneider says, let's throw that in down here again. I'd like to have another one. Schneider intercepted his one today. That is his 7th straight game with an interception. 12 seconds to go, and it is really, really getting dark. It's only like 3 o'clock in the afternoon as we're recording this, but it has really gotten dark. Hancock goes back to throw, fires again for the end zone. Schneider looking for it, knocked away and incomplete. Also in there was number 26, that's Noel DeBona. And it's 4th down and 10 at the 12-yard line. You can see what has happened with the rain as it is now really started to cut loose. 6 seconds to go in the ball game. This might well be the last play of the game. 28-10, Valparaiso on top. But it was not that kind of a ball game. They were only ahead 14-10 with 4 minutes to go in the ball game, but the 2 touchdowns late put this one out of reach, and the Crusaders are going to win for the 6th time this year and go 5-1 at home. 4th and 10. Hancock goes back, wants to throw, just throws it up in the air. It is intercepted. Shane Snyder. He comes out with a 5 to the 10, to the 15. Fumble the football. Ball is loose on the field, picked up by Letsky. Still loose. Finally is going to be recovered again, this time by Aurora, but the game is over, I believe. Well, there's a flag down about the 5-yard line. A flag down at about the 5-yard line. Let's see what that's going to be all about. The game can't end on a penalty. So I believe that it's going to be declined, and that's going to be it. The game is over. And the Valparaiso Crusaders have won their 6th of the year. 1985 since the Crusaders have had a winning season, and they are assured of having one this year as they win their 6th of the year against their 3 defeats. 28-10 over Aurora University. We'll be back to wrap it up and give you the statistics in the ball game in just a moment. The final score again, Valparaiso 28, Aurora 10. You're watching Valparaiso Crusader football.
During any business day, you have to make hundreds of decisions, answer countless phone calls, attend too many meetings, and solve each crisis that spells the end of the world. So isn't it nice to know when you need expert temporary help, you don't have to worry. Just call America's employer, Express Personnel Services. Request the skills you're looking for. Let us handle all the details so you can spend your time doing more important things.
Indiana 105, now the #1 country music station in Northwest Indiana, and we have everything you need. Jim and Kathy in the mornings with fun, traffic reports, fun, Jim Pinkerton's Northwest Indiana News, fun, weather information, fun. You get the picture, don't you? Phil King in the afternoon with your kind of entertainment, Steve Witt in the evening, a great guy to get to know. And it's all put together with the best country music in Northwest Indiana.
#1 in country music, Indiana 105.
28-10, the final score. The Valparaiso Crusaders assure themselves of a winning record with 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter in what has got to be one of the wildest football games that I have seen in a long time. The Crusaders lost 6 fumbles in this ball game, had a pass intercepted, 7 turnovers, and still won it by 18 points as the defense was able to do the job. And you can see what has happened here after the ball game as the rain has really come down, and you can see the puddles as people start to file out. But the Crusaders win it 28-10. Aurora got on the board first, actually, after the Crusaders fumbled it away their first time today, as they fumbled on the third play of the ball game, and Aurora got it at the 44-yard line. Took them 6 plays to go 44 yards. And the touchdown by Dan Dixon, the fullback, took it from 5 yards out. The extra point kick by Draper made it 7-0 Aurora with 11:55 to go in the first quarter. The Crusaders got the ball on the kickoff and took it to 12 plays, 53 yards for the touchdown. It was Nick Browder taking it in from 2 yards out for the Crusaders. The extra point kick by Duke made it 7-7 at 6:10 of the first quarter. Crusaders took the lead early in the second quarter. This time it was an 8-play, 65-yard drive. In the midst of that, there was a roughing the kicker penalty when the Crusaders had to punt it away after being stopped. A roughing penalty gave the Crusaders a first down, and an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Aurora on the same play moved it all the way to the 28. The Crusaders took it in for the touchdown. It was Nate Bobek from a yard away with 10:36 to go in the first half. Duke hit the extra point, and that made it a 14-7 ball game. Aurora came back to get a field goal late in the second quarter at 5:45 as Draper hit one from 32 yards out to make it 14-10, and that's the way it was at halftime. Matter of fact, that's the way it was at the end of the third quarter, as neither team could do anything in the third quarter of play. As a matter of fact, the Crusaders, in their first 5 plays of the third quarter, turned it over 3 times, 2 fumbles and an interception. But the Crusaders were able to come up with enough as they got 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. At the 3:55 mark, the Crusaders, as Ozzie Young got the touchdown after a turnover by Aurora, gave the Crusaders the ball at the 3-yard line. Young goes in from a yard away. Extra point kick made it a 21-10 ball game. And then just a little later, Aurora got pinned back in there. They fumbled the football at the 1-yard line. Tom Cunningham picked it up and ran into the end zone for the touchdown for the Crusaders. At 48 seconds to go, the extra point kick again made it 28-10, and that's the way it ended up. Unofficial statistics in the ball game: Crusaders 15 first downs in the ball game to 10 for Aurora. Passing, Crusaders 10 out of 18 for Nick Browner, 142 yards. 3 out of 17 for Aurora for just 67 yards. The Crusaders 134 yards rushing to 79 for Aurora. And for the ball game, the Crusaders 276 yards in total offense to 146 yards for Aurora. So in the second half, Aurora only was able to generate unofficially 19 yards in total offense as the Crusader defense did the job. And the Crusaders win it 28-10. Bill Cook had to leave early, but our thanks to him. As we said, this is our last telecast of this football season. We hope you enjoyed all 6 of the games that we had for you, and that you'll look forward to our basketball schedule coming up, as we'll be following Valparaiso Crusader basketball throughout the 94-95 season. Should be an exciting time, and keep looking for your on your cable station and also your TV listings, and you'll find out when we're going to have those games on. 28-10 was our final this afternoon. Our thanks to all the guys who helped out, and especially to our color commentary from former Valparaiso coach Bill Cook. We had a great time with him this season. We look forward to having him with us again next year. Final score again this afternoon: Valparaiso 28 and Aurora 10. The game has been presented by Robert W. Bader & Company, David's Men's Clothier, The Sports Shop, Getaway Tours, Downtown Valparaiso Business Association, Express Personnel Services, Harley Snyder Insurance, Indiana 105, Advertising, Marketing, and Promotions, The Foul Ball, Multimedia Cablevision, and the United Way. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. The final again, Valparaiso 28, Aurora 10. Till next time, this is Dick Harlan. Good afternoon, everybody.